Yep. Anyway, where we left off, you guys had made your way to Falakir and were traveling through the bioluminescent areas and came upon a human within the tunnels who turned out to be a follower of the Cold Wind and had said that he had business that and was told or had an inkling that there was a woman named Elita who could help achieve the same goal that he was looking for. Upon talking to him for a while and revealing a lot of secrets and kind of driving a wedge between your group, he has temporarily joined up with you to get this celestial being who likely has the engine that you are all looking for. You made your way to the end of the tunnel system and crested through to the grand city within the underdark of Falakir. And sprawling out before you, where we pick up, as you crest through one of the caverns, you see a large kind of elevation separated city where there is a lot of paths and areas above that are on these upward facing cliffs and plateaus, and then a large chasm that goes down further below, and you can see lights and people and lots of movement and things going on. Up in the sky, looks almost like Aurora Borealis, where you can see just like ethereal, wispy lights traveling through the sky and lighting up this underground cavern from above, looking almost like daylight, although a lot more ethereal and colored rather than just white light throughout. Lots of swirling aspects that almost make it seem like clouds and sky. And yeah, what would you all like to do?
Looking up at like the sky, the ceiling, the sky, whatever to call it. Do I have any idea what's like causing this?
Make a nature check.
That is a 12.
12. You look and it doesn't seem extremely apparent to you, but it looks like it is normal, natural occurring phenomenon that maybe was altered in some way. I'd say you could probably surmise that it is the effects of a Titan having caused this environment to and this climate to emerge, and sort of the remnants of that Titan's abilities causing like this underground ecosystem and these bioluminescent kind of clouds in the sky.
All right.
So we're here to visit the dude, right? I'm just trying to
visit. We're here to go discuss the Titanic essence with somebody.
Yes.
Right.
Who's
his name?
Named
Andreas Nost.
Nost. And he is an important person and probably not a dragon.
No, he said he was Titanborn.
Oh, that's right. He was Titanborn.
Yeah.
And this guy, and we have a Micah following us just to follow us and see where we're. Okay. Then should we head straight to finding this Andrea Nost?
I would think so. Yes.
Just at the very least, just to walk through the city and see what it has as we get there. Adi looks very Adi looks very excited.
What are you all doing? You're looking for
find
somebody?
a man somehow.
Yes, we found some ruins and further into the tunnels here, and we found a a couple of items that might be of apparent interest to one Andrea Nost, who lives here. Otherwise, and if we perhaps show him, and let him investigate it, perhaps we'll be able to keep this item or have to hand it over. Well, we will see. But that was the agreement, I think.
All right. Sure. I guess there's not too much of a rush.
We've been moving for quite some time. I would like a night to relax in the city, at least while we're here, if this is a place to do such things.
That's fair. Perhaps tomorrow morning we can take a look at however you track down this being, Alita, and try to look towards that.
Leah's just gonna kind of narrowed eyes at him to be sure. But I think I would like a little more information about this angel as well.
Sure.
Can we find somewhere to sit down, maybe?
Oh, yes. An inn. We should find a place to stay.
All right. Well, I don't really know this place at all, so I'm just as lost as you guys.
Neither do we. Let's go. Luz is gonna walk into.
All right. So you guys climb down the paths into the main city, and it is very much bi-leveled, where you either choose to go to the upper level of the sort of over areas that are higher up and on these cliffs and plateaus, or you travel downwards into the lower caverns and chasm area that head further into the city. Where would you like to go?
Yeah, Zon.
Does it look like one? Yeah, does it look like one is better or like scummier?
Make a perception check.
Better or scummy?
Well, he's looking at that. I'm looking at like what kind of people do I see coming in and out of both ways?
Yeah, as you look, go ahead and I'll say you make a perception check too.
It's a 13 on my end.
That is a 2.
2. A lot of people are kind of bundled up, and it's difficult to tell from a distance. As you are kind of on the outskirts of either heading up or down, it's difficult to make out specific races of people. But I would say, Eileen, you are able to gather that as you look down into the lower area, it looks like it is less light reaches there from like the naturally occurring stuff in the sky. But it also looks a little bit more decrepit. You can see that there are a lot of like pop-up homes and like things that are makeshiftly put together. There are a lot of like miscellaneous things just thrown onto the streets and like trash and things like that. It looks like it is kind of a split society in that sense, and where the upper reaches look a lot nicer and the architecture is a lot like fancier and almost like Sylvan looking, with this very fancy like Feywild other type of architecture and like wispy swirls and almost elven, but more so Sylvan.
Okay. We should stay on the upper side. It's like down there, it's a little less favorable for us.
Well, I would assume that the person who is the benefactor for all of these people would probably be up there as well if they're rich enough to hire people to explore for them.
True, but it might also be more expensive to find an inn up here on the upper levels.
Okay, we'll make that sacrifice.
The sacrifice I'm willing to make.
We've been camping and living in other people's homes for a very long time.
And the upper levels it is.
All right. So you guys travel through the upper levels and begin to walk around the plateaus. You can see around you just a very vibrant city. as you are walking through, you can see a lot of the more miscellaneous races. Lots of orcs, goblins, gnolls, kobolds, hobgoblins, lizard folk, some tieflings every once in a while. You can see these like strange, like frog-like creatures that are known as grung. Sometimes you can see some satyrs, some turtles, just a lot of the more fringe races, as well as also some like deep gnomes, some Duergar dwarves, some drow elves, and things like that. But there is a very large spattering of different types of people, and most of them give you weird looks as you walk by.
Were the weird ones?
Seems like we're out of place.
Luz does not seem to notice that she is out of place.
The weird looks are mostly directed towards just like your group, not necessarily one particular person. Probably because you do have 2 humans and a tabaxi with you. The drow, the half drow is definitely more common and would probably not spark too much, interest. Tiefling is not too terribly uncommon either. You can see tieflings around as well. But the half-elven woman and the tabaxi and 2 humans is definitely out of place.
Adia's just staring back at whoever's staring at her. She's just so fascinated.
Unblinking eyes.
Just looking like, oh.
Seeing this, you see Micah kind of like looking around and just kind of like waves a few fingers, and then visage changes to that of a dark elf, a drow.
Oh.
He casts disguise self.
They already saw what you looked like, Micah.
Everybody in the city?
Well, I guess not.
Like it would have been smarter to do that outside of the city, though.
Shrugs.
Anyone that cares enough about what you look like already probably saw you. They were watching the entrance to the city.
Not so much to hide, more so just to put them at ease, not draw too much attention.
And just kind of nods her head towards the Tabaxian human in our party.
That's alright.
Adia reaches up and starts pulling on his cheek to look at the extent of the disguise.
You pull on it and it interacts normally, but you can definitely tell as you're touching that it's an illusion.
Yeah, let's track down whatever we can about this rich guy, find a restaurant or a tavern, eat there, and then find a room, settle down.
Yeah. At the latest person staring at their group, like Adia's actually can just run over and be like, excuse me? Hello?
You see a gnoll that is just kind of like turned around and then jumps around like startled as you come up. Yes?
Hello, I'm Adia Green. We're looking for a place to stay. Do you know any inns that you would recommend?
Yes?
Would you be so kind as to point the direction to one?
Yes.
Oh. Does anyone know how to speak Undercommon?
Yes.
I do.
Gives thumbs up.
In Undercommon, Eileen will run over.
In Undercommon, Eileen will run.
I run in Undercommon. We're looking for an inn to stay at. Nice one up here, and then we're looking for Andreas Noss. You know anything about any of those?
Oh, I see. Sorry, my comment is not very good.
She says back to you in Undercommon.
It's not a problem. Audia's is very good. This is Audia. They use it a lot.
You're looking for a place to sleep, and for Andreas Nost, you said?
Yeah.
Andreas Nost, I can point you towards, yes. He would live on the apogee, and you would look further to that side of the city.
And she kind of points over to an area where there's a lot of like spires that are coming up. There's a lot of like almost look like candles sticking out of the city at different heights, but like in kind of a clustered area.
Are you from around here? Do you know your way around the city?
Oh no, we're brand new here. We just walked through the gates.
I see. Well, this is the apogee, the areas above, and below in the chasm is the hollows.
Okay. And the chasm, is it... I imagine it's a little more dangerous for us?
Perhaps you might come into some issues with people that are less accepting of other members of your party, but it is a place more of business as far as labor, and that's where a lot of jobs are posted, is down in the hollows.
Oh,
if
okay.
anyone needs to do work, a lot of the crops are harvested down there as well. Animals are raised, and it's not so much the fringes of society, but just more of the working class, whereas up here is more of the upper class
Right,
areas.
Well, you seem lovely. It
Yes.
seems like
I live
from
in
up here.
I live in the hollows, actually. A lot of the people who live in the hollows come up here for day-to-day work and things like that, if they are business people or craftsmen, artisans, and things like that. A lot of businesses are up here, whereas a lot of the work and things are done down there.
Okay. Well, thank you for all that. That's very helpful.
Of course, not a problem.
I'll tell Audia all that. Is there anything you want to know, Audia, before they take off?
I mean-
Not like that. Is there anything important that needs to be known at this very second?
Do they have an inn to recommend?
And did you have an inn to recommend for us to stay at?
In the hollows or in the apogee?
Probably the apogee.
You would probably be best suited at Bows and Yield.
Bows and Yield.
Bows and Yield.
And which direction is that? I'm just gonna spin a finger around.
Yeah, she'll point towards the direction you'll have to go to get there.
Around that area, you'll find it is a little bit on the higher end. A lot of more of the places to habitate are in the hollows, so you'll be a bit more hard pressed to find here in the apogee. But that is one that I do know of.
And what was your name again? I don't know if I missed it.
I'm Ralph.
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 Got it. Okay. Do you have a business? You said you live down here, but you come up here for business. What do you do?
I tend to livestock down in the hollows usually, but then I come up here to sell my goods and foods to different restaurants and things like that. I make some pretty high quality cuts of meat and such, and she kind of like points to a cart behind her. And I come up here to sell to some of the higher ends. That's why I know of Bows and Yields. I sell some of my livestock cuts to them.
Interesting. One last question before I let you go. Thank you very much for everything you've been telling us. Which restaurant would you say is the best restaurant? The one that... Which one do you sell to that's just the most top tier here?
Perhaps Touch of Class, I would say, is the best. Most expensive, but yes.
Understood. Alright. Well, thank you very much for everything. I hope we see each other around before we leave the city.
Good luck.
Thank you. Seems like Touch of Class is the only restaurant here, Audio. We should probably go find it.
Oh,
In
suppose?
the media area. where they sell all their meat to. They said they could probably cut us a good deal. So I guess once we figure out the tavern.
I suppose it'd be interesting to eat some of the cuisine that's down here. That is an experience to have.
Yeah, I think we can probably check it out.
Yeah.
Back to the group.
She bows to the knoll and then runs back too.
She gives a smile that looks scary because of like the many sharp teeth, but is supposed to be cordial, and just kind of like nods her head, but looks a little bit scary.
It's
lovely people here.
Yeah, the first person we met was very kind.
Surely they're all like that, and there's no problem with people. Problematic things.
Yeah. I guess we...
Pass all that information on to the rest of the group. And then they said Touch of Class was the best restaurant, and the one that's most accessible for us.
The name sounds expensive.
Well, it's probably not too cheap, unless we want to go down in the hollows and eat down there, but for up here it seems like it's about average.
Maybe it's like a touch of class for those who normally can't afford it.
Oh, that would make sense.
It's like a reasonable
touch of class.
Reasonable fine dining.
Well, feel free to gorge yourselves.
Are you paying?
Sounds...
I will not be participating in Touch of Class.
Oh, why not? Isn't...
I look at Adia. I look at Adia dead in the eye.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know you cannot eat, but I mean, I know you cannot eat.
I kind of look at Adia and I kind of like glance over to Micah.
He's giving a weird look at when Adia says that, and like raises an eyebrow.
Oh, it's not that you cannot eat. It's like you.
I will say that, Elita, if you would wish to do something else for dinner plans, I can join you.
I would appreciate
Touch of Class sounds a little bit out of my league, maybe? I was never very good at all of the fancy dinners that they would have at the academy. I'd usually trip.
I think it's probably...
Or do something else embarrassing.
Take a break from each other anyways, to be honest.
Oh.
What was the inn that they recommended again?
Bows and Yield. And it's that general direction. I think we...
Are you sure?
I just realized it might be best to stick together because you're the only one here that knows Undercommon.
Does seem problematic, but the person that we talked to said that most people can... Wait, did they?
No.
No, they didn't. I don't know where I made that up.
They said nothing.
She said that she's not very good at common.
Making that
She's not
shit
very
up.
good at... I was just fucking improving. There you go. The one that we spoke to had poor common, but I don't know if that's everybody here.
I suppose if anyone would probably know a bit more common, it might be an inn with several travelers.
Definitely. I think we get a room and see what we can do from there.
Yes.
Up to the room.
Yeah, and then Adia's immediately start walking off towards the weird candle-shaped spires.
Wait, where are you going?
To the apogee? That's where
we're in the
We're in the
apogee.
apogee.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. I'm already lost.
We're going to Bows and Yield.
We're going to Bows and Yield.
Nostrils.
Okay. Never mind. We'll go to...
Oh, it's bows, like branches.
Oh,
Bows
okay.
and yield.
God damn
No
it,
problem.
Chris. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's find it. Let's find the inn.
Yep. You travel through the apogee, continuing to get some looks and kind of glances, but you eventually come upon the outside, which Eileen will have to read because everything is listed in
I can
Undercommon.
read things.
Can you read Undercommon?
Well, I can cast comprehend languages.
Are you going to do that?
I can do it ritually.
Are
We'll
you
wait
going
10
to do
minutes so that you can read this
Let's
instead of
wait
me.
10 minutes
Yeah.
so I can
Eileen's gonna hold in what the sign says, and we're gonna wait 10 minutes.
Nope, go for it.
Then you
It says
cannot read
no
it.
entry if bald. Huh.
Oh no.
No
Yeah,
entering
you
if
see the sign for Bows and Yield, and it is a fairly large-looking establishment that is very unique in the way that it's set up. It looks like there are these glass panels that are leading into the place, and then it's sort of like separated like a greenhouse. It looks like the passageway goes inward, and then there's like a greenhouse surrounding with lots of things being grown on the outside and lots of like light that is shining in. It looks as though the food that you are served and like the plants that are grown and harvested are like surrounding the place. And you enter to the inside where there's like living chambers and things like that.
This is the place. Much nicer than I thought it would be. I don't know what I was expecting, I guess.
Yeah.
If they have rooms available.
Okay. You walk inside, and as you enter in, you can see these like glass panels line the entirety of the establishment. Surrounding are these greenhouses, like I had said, where there are people that you can see like working. Farmers that are inside of like these chambers on like the other side of the glass from you that are like digging, planting, harvesting, things like that. It's very strange. You almost feel like you're at a zoo exhibit where there's just like these people surrounding with lots of work going on the other side of the glass, and then you're in the middle, almost like a reverse, reverse zoo. Yeah.
How do they look, the workers? Do they look like they're happy or?
Make an insight check. Make an insight check.
16 plus something. Plus 1, 17.
17. You look and they don't seem miserable by any means. They don't seem like they're particularly happy. They're just doing their work.
Okay.
But it seems like probably working somewhere in the apogee is maybe nicer than working in the hollows.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you enter inside and looking at all of these like almost like exhibits around you, and then
do they have for like the plant?
do they have what?
Do they have like little placards for names so we could walk around and be like, ah, yes, this is where the berries
They're
are
all in
grown or whatever.
undercommon.
There are labels around,
God
but you
damn.
can't read anything.
This isn't accessible at all.
If you need help, Luz, I can tell you what they all mean.
Yeah, you look forward and you can see there's like a large dining hall, and then further in the back, it looks like it moves into more habitation space that like is beyond the restaurant area.
Oh wow, fancy.
Wait. Yeah. Where's the?
As you walk in, there is a young lady that kind of walks up to you excitedly, and spouts out immediately in Undercommon. Is like, "Hello, nice to see you all. Oh wow, you are all quite different. Can I help you with anything?"
Yeah, me and my friends here or me and my group here are looking for rooms to stay at for the night.
Sure, I can that can be done. You see in front of you what looks like a half-elven woman, or young teenager rather. Sharp elven features on the face and the ears, very shiny, long black hair, with a pale grayish skin that is reminiscent of drow, but a little bit weirder of a shade, or a little bit different of a shade. And then you can see at the front of her mouth there are these like slight protruding canine teeth that like just barely crest over the lip, that look a little bit strange. And yeah, just seems very cheerful.
Great. And how much do your rooms cost for the night? And then we'd probably like to sit down and eat. In common. Are we gonna eat here instead of trying to find that other restaurant, or What's everybody's
Her eyes
name?
go wide for a moment, and she says,
Oh, and she says in common, you all speak common.
Yes.
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 That's so cool.
Oh.
Hi.
she like pauses for a moment.
My name is my name is Nemra.
Nemra.
Hi, Nemra. I'm Luz.
She waves excitedly.
Luz waves back.
That's right, Peyton.
Alina.
Aria.
Issar.
Her eyes are like locked on Adia.
I stare at her back, very like staring at her teeth. Like, oh, what is that? What are those teeth?
She's continuing to try to talk in common.
I can get you all a room. I'll go talk to my badger.
Okay.
Thank you.
No,
Manager, I think.
Father.
Oh, that's not the same.
Close enough.
Huh.
and she runs off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I suppose it's
Badger.
dangerous then, talking about your father, if it's Badger. Just constantly saying Badger and undercommon.
Uh-oh.
I am half Badger.
She runs off to go find her dad.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you see her teeth? Is that normal for Drow? Is she a Drow? Is she? Do you have teeth like that, Luz?
No.
Luz is a half drow,
Oh.
right?
Oh,
Yes.
Not like a full drow.
I don't understand the point you're trying to make, Eileen.
Well, if it is normal for drow, then maybe a half drow wouldn't show the same characteristics.
do you think each time
My
she
father
eats?
does not have fangs.
Oh,
Okay.
Do
We
you think each time she could stick like small strawberries on each fang, and then she could just walk around like that? Sometimes I
Why-
did that when I was a child.
Why strawberries?
I mean, it's small enough to fit.
I look at Issar. What do you think? No way, right?
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so either.
After a short time, you see a man approach, and you can see very gray skin, deep gray skin with short nub tusks in the mouth. An orcish man that is very slender and well-mannered, very like proper, holding himself upright. Black hair that is neatly tied into a ponytail on the back with shaved sides of the head, and kind of long oval-shaped face with pretty defined features, and looks probably about a little bit less than middle-aged. And approaches all of you, kind of hands behind his back, just like kind of standing almost like a butler stance. He's like, "Hello, how can I help you all today?"
Common or undercommon?
He says in undercommon.
Hello, me and my group here are looking for a room for the night, or a couple rooms for the night, one for each of us if you have them. And then a couple of us are looking to eat as well, if you'll have us at your restaurant.
Of course. Are you looking for a singular room per person or multiple people to a room?
How much do they cost, just so we can start off with that?
Each room can sleep up to 3 people, and each one would be 1 gold piece per night.
Translate that to the group.
Okay.
You can
I
take
mean-
them for yourself, but they can sleep 3.
I would be willing to share. I guess.
I don't mind sharing.
I suppose why not?
So you three will share a room.
Sure.
Okay, Issar,
All right.
you can get your own.
Issar just kind of looks at the ground.
I will as well. All right, it's gonna be 3 rooms total. It's gonna be Micah, do you wanna? What do you? Do you sleep?
Do you sleep?
Do you sleep? Are you like Issar?
I do sleep, yes.
Issar also sleeps.
No, he doesn't.
Issar, would you like to share a room?
Oh no!
Sure.
Draw that
you-
fan art, please. God.
Fantastic.
No, not,
And the
Just
ship
hate
has
fucking-
sailed.
not even that.
You're
like,
gonna take his weapon, all right?
I just like it's one of those things where they're like, no, I hate you because you're against everything I'm for.
Not like I like
yeah,
him or
that's
anything.
true. Micah, do you have
Baka.
earplugs?
Do I have earplugs?
Yes.
How do you mean?
Issar is quite the deep sleeper.
Sleeps like the dead, huh?
Lucy
Oh.
has to stifle a giggle.
Yeah, Adia's tail
Alita actually
twitches in
snorts at
laughter. Yeah. Well, yes, loudly.
I think I'll be alright.
Okay.
It's gonna be 3 rooms. These 3 are gonna share. These 2 are gonna share, and then I'll have my own.
Very good. 3 gold pieces.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Are we hands out? Okay, Luz will put a gold piece into
Oh,
a hand.
okay.
Issar puts 2 gold pieces in the hand.
Leo will put in a gold piece.
Well, that's 4 now. Now we're at 4.
Yeah,
We
that's
need
3
3 gold
rooms.
pieces.
3 rooms.
Right.
3 rolls. I mean, no.
Translator tipping.
Eileen puts another or a gold back to Issar. I give a gold back to Issar, and then I give one back to Luz. I take
Wait, why?
Alita's. I put one of my own in, and I take the other one from Issar. So the only people paying right now are me, Peyton, and Cloud.
Okay.
But somehow I still lost 2 gold.
No, you got 1 gold back.
Yeah, but then you took another gold from me, is what you said.
I give 1 of your gold back.
Oh
I'm
my
not taking 1 of your gold. Why? It was
Okay.
the only people
I
paying were
put in
Alita,
1.
Eileen, and Lou. No,
Yeah.
Alita, Eileen,
Shit
Issar.
beat us hard.
It's like those scams where they try and take more money from like a cash register. All right, so I'm gonna give you this, and can you split this, and then give this back to me? Then I'm gonna give this to you.
Oh my god.
That's
Orange
it.
man is
That's
just still
it.
standing there, just like awkwardly waiting.
Yep. There you go. There's the gold. I guess.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
will return shortly with the keys to your rooms. Feel free to have a seat if you'd like to eat.
Okay. And I will
And he
transfer to
turns
the
and
group.
walks away. Micah turns to you, Issar. I mean, I can pay my own way. You don't have to do that for me. And he takes out 5 silver and palms it to
Aw.
you.
I don't want your.
Fair enough.
Whoa.
Will you two be all right in a room together?
We'll be fine.
Luz just looks back and forth between
Yeah.
the 2 large armored men.
Adia's very entertained.
Alita's totally fine if they kill each other.
she just makes it obvious on her face.
As if
Alita's
Issar would
just-
stand a chance.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. He hasn't sucked enough souls.
Through where? Which weapon? Huh?
You better start sucking Mike's soul.
Yes!
Everyone in the campaign is gay.
Whoa!
Eileen
saw-
finds a table to
there's-
sit at.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adia starts shoving Micah a little bit away from Issar to the table.
Yeah, I guess I will follow to table.
Yup.
Okay. Yeah, you go and I'll sit down at a table and wait.
Yep.
So Micah, can you tell us more about this angel you mentioned?
Micah,
Sure.
can you tell us everything you know?
Everything I know, not very much. That'll be a very short conversation.
That is a lie.
I'm quite dull.
Mhm.
Quite dull.
Quite dull. Damn.
You are going to get along well.
As far as everything I know about the angel, from my understanding, the angel has taken something or has in possession something. I'm assuming your engine or whatever you're talking about. That is deemed a threat to allow to leave the material plane, as far as I can understand and interpret. So I'm going to stop the celestial angel from leaving and return it to the river Styx because it seems to be problematic and misusing its soul.
You said before that you had a theory that it might be building a vehicle of some sort.
It was more so not so much a vehicle, but perhaps it's trying to use whatever energy this engine can supply in order to leave the plane. I thought that might make sense. When you said when the term vehicle sparked my understanding a little bit and made me start thinking perhaps it could be looking for a way to travel.
Do you know what celestial it is? What sort of...
Not really, no.
What do you mean by misusing its soul?
Well, it's taking something that is apparently not very good for it to take.
That's-
So,
Not very descriptive.
I'm afraid I don't have all the answers. I get a lot of my information from a very secondary source.
You said that it gave you images or sorts that
What's
you're
your
supposed
secondary
to
source?
interpret.
Prayer, dreams, visions.
Yes, about that. How do you know if that it's coming from...
The cold wind.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of just a matter of faith, no?
Uh-oh.
What was the first vision that you had when you got to your calling, came to your calling?
Oh, well, it was right around when I was taken in by my foster family. I had been quite down and sad for a while about my parents passing and started learning about the god of death from my foster father. And I guess one night I went to bed and I prayed to join them. I didn't want to live a life by myself anymore, and I was quite sad and down. So when I went to sleep, I just felt safe and cared for. I felt like I wasn't entirely alone anymore. It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't a god appearing before me. It wasn't talking to anybody overtly. It was just nice.
Sweet story.
That's interesting. That's quite the contrasting stories between Issar and yours. One seemed like a very frustrated and perhaps even spiteful god, while yours sounds like almost a kind one, or at least
Well,
a sympathetic one.
I think it's become clear that Issar hasn't been entirely honest.
Oh, you're one to speak. That's cute.
Oh boy.
I might be biased, but I consider the cold wind the most benevolent of the gods. I think having that mortal spirit intertwined within the divine allowed for a bit more humanity to enter into the pantheon. I feel as though he has a different perspective from the other deities and seeks to simply bring kindness to the material plane as his primary directive, whether that comes in the form of some harsh truths or some difficult understandings, some things that might seem heavy-handed. I guess I can't judge. Depends on your perspective. But I personally feel that a good death, kindness and safety and peace is all that we can really ask for. Everything else is up to us. That's my 2 cents.
Lose nods. Mm-hmm.
Adia's furiously writing this down.
The visions that brought you to us, what were they?
I saw a half-elven woman with blonde hair, dirty blonde hair, a mask covering her face, a group of 4 people, more just silhouettes than anything. Well, 3 other than her. And I saw a blinking light within her hand that seemed to guide her.
And that's everything you saw.
Well, I got an inkling for where I had to be in order to find her. You.
See, being honest.
Make an insight check.
That is a 11.
11. He's hard to read.
Yeah. That tracks.
And
He gives off an air of very, very strict candor, and like everything he says seems like it's the truth, regardless of if he's joking or being serious or not.
And in regards to this angel that you're tracking, what have you seen of it?
I don't really know a lot about the angel, other than the things that it's done. Afraid prayer only goes so far.
That's true.
Well, perhaps a little more context to what your visions might enlighten us. Perhaps we may have something that isn't quite clear yet.
I saw a smattering of eyes. I saw wings. I saw it taking something that seemed very dense and full of energy, power of some kind. Not really too much other than that.
Does Adia know any celestial creature that has a lot of eyes and wings?
I know. I'm like, does this?
Make
I'm
a
trying to
religion
figure
check.
out how
does that
loots
ring
can be
a-
helpful here, but
Make a religion check.
Can I lean
Did
to his
Alita
Oh.
encounter anything like that?
You can make a religion check if you'd like to.
All right, let's
I don't
go.
know why I'd know
Ooh.
anything.
19.
dirty 20?
Wow.
Where's my religion? 17.
Eileen's a Bible girl.
Eileen is a Bible girl.
Yeah.
Her own kind of Bible.
Loves Jesus and Elvis
I feel
too.
like if Eileen carried around a Bible, it would be completely changed. Like there would be stuff all over the cover and she would have edited it and made it her own.
Skater's Guide to Jesus.
Something like that. No, the Gunslinger's Guide to Holy Shooting.
What did you roll,
Gunslinger's
Peyton?
Guide to Prayer.
19.
19. Okay.
The Holy
Yeah, all
Gunslinger's Guide.
you rolled pretty high. As far as familiarity, there are multiple different types of celestials that are kind of different from each other. There's not really one particular style that they all come in. But as far as you can all gather, I would say with like the many eyes and the wings and things like that, that it probably seems like it is a celestial from the middle planes, so the planes of neutrality rather than the planes of good or evil.
Okay.
Does anyone share this knowledge?
Yes.
Thank
Adi will
you.
say it out loud.
Chris,
Thoughtfully,
what
yeah.
do I know about the stars that have to do with these type of celestials?
The stars that deal with celestials?
Yeah, because obviously, I guess are all the stars that are celestial souls, are they just all we'll just example. Are they all orange? And you can't tell the difference, or are they all orange but they're various colors of orange kind of thing?
I mean, you can definitely tell the difference between like a celestial soul and say like a giant soul or something like that.
Okay.
So you can differentiate between them, but like between celestials themselves, it's a lot more muddied. Like
Okay.
maybe some of them will be brighter or more powerful looking if they're a stronger celestial or things like that. You can kind of like gauge degree a little bit,
Okay.
but not too much of like information you can directly draw.
Gotcha. And has it mainly just been mortal souls, like mortal stars that are disappearing, or has it been celestials or other greater?
I would say you've seen some immortal stars disappear, which
Okay.
is definitely
Kind of-
more worrisome.
Okay.
Because if those don't return, there's a limited
Something.
number of them.
Okay.
But it's mostly mortal souls that you're seeing
Okay.
disappear. A
Alright.
vast majority. Like maybe like once in a while you would see like a couple immortal souls disappear. But even that is not terribly out of the ordinary. Like sometimes an immortal soul will just reach the end of its creation and the end of its limit and will be destroyed. That's kind of the double-edged sword of the immortal soul, is that there's a fixed amount, and that fixed amount can even reduce sometimes. So eventually all immortal souls will come to an end in the vast future.
Okay. Cool.
Well, Micah, do you have any questions for us? We've been pretty much more or less interrogating you of everything that you know.
Yeah, you have, but honestly, I feel like you've said more than I have, which is weird. Honestly, I don't really want to pry too much more because it seems like you guys are holding on by a thread, and if I say one more wrong thing, I think you're all going to kill each other.
Oh, no. We're much too good friends to do that. Could I was wondering, when you're talking about returning the soul of the celestial to the river Styx, what are you is that soul going to go back into circulation, or is that the end of that soul? Because
Back to circulation, correct.
okay, cool. What do you know? I know I asked you about the stars, and you said you don't know anything, but in regards to souls, what could make souls not go back into circulation or
Mortal ones or immortal?
Yeah, more so mortal particularly.
Good question.
I just was thinking about it.
Could cause them not to go back into circulation. Well, I've heard that during the time of Titans, or rather the Meridian, more so the Meridian Magica, the second era, the original god of death, the Spirit Usher, had been destroying and disassembling mortal souls in order to absorb them, as well as some immortal souls as well. Particularly notable, the immortal soul of the dragon Kraven, son of the first silver dragon. And unmaking those souls was the act of a deity, the original god of death. Short of that, I'm not really sure. I suppose powerful beings could do a similar thing.
Was there any?
On making souls to absorb their power.
Well, there must have been signs of some kind that the previous god of death was collecting souls.
I think that's why the notable mage of that time that now became the Cold Wind did what he did, because he started to notice and found what the Spirit Usher was doing.
Now I want to talk to the Cold Wind.
Actually, yes. Is there a way to talk to the Cold Wind? That's perhaps.
You could die.
I mean, besides that.
I
of
look
course.
over at Issar.
Kind of takes the choice away of anything.
So, is there besides dying?
Not that I know of. Other than little bits of things that I get from him. Not particularly long conversations, though.
Oh, so you can communicate back to him as well.
Well, I mean, as an acolyte of his, I assume he is fairly often watching over. Although he does have quite the busy schedule. He can't do that anymore. He can't come to the material plane anymore.
Yeah. He locked himself out too.
Does Micah seem like he knows that from what he's been saying, that he can't come here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You mean he's been implying that like he does the work for the Cold Wind because he can't.
Like the other gods now, where they just have acolytes do it.
Right.
Yeah, has the food arrived by or some kind of? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, you guys were talking for so long.
We never got a server.
The little
girl.
No, I bet you it's
dwarf.
a set menu every night kind of thing. Like you don't get to order at this kind of place. They just give you your food.
The food. Yeah.
The little dwarf girl is just standing there with a handful of menus watching us.
Intently staring.
That's common.
Nemra comes back.
Well, that's like me with my undercommon. Luz is like absolutely trying to listen to everyone's undercommon because Luz wants to learn every language possible. So
Nemra comes back and excitedly kind of hands you all a menu, a very short like list of foods that you can have, and just kind of like looks at you all expectantly.
Luz wants whatever's plant-based.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of. As you look at the menu, though, it is in Undercommon, but underneath each of the things is kind of like you could probably gather her handwriting as she like tried to write underneath it what it is in common. None of it is coherent.
Adia sees that and looks up at the girl and just like kind of pats her hands like in a silent thank you. It's like, oh, you tried. That's sweet.
I'll have the goat slam door.
Goat slammed. Can Adia and I guess Luz like try to use their polyglot, try to figure out what the fuck is
but my polyglot just tells me what the origin language is.
I mean,
I already know that.
But we could try to still figure out like through that.
Try to figure out a
it
little
does
bit.
say you can sometimes gather general ideas of what is said.
What is the die to poor mistake?
Alina's just looking for the
I
cheapest
got a
option.
natural one.
50 history, right?
I forget what. I think it's history.
It is history.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got 21. I know.
A natural one, Luz?
I got 6 technically, but yes.
Okay. Adia, as you look it over, you try to like gather together what the jumbled common is, along with what you can kind of pick out of little phrases that you recognize from Undercommon. And you can gather like what things are vegetables, what things are meats, what things are like grains and things like that, but not particularly what types of food they are.
Okay. And anything that resembles seafood?
There is there is some seafood.
Cave lobster? Is there cave
food?
Cave lobster?
Like, you see like some semblance of like water or like lake or things like that.
Oh,
in the text.
She's pointing that out. She's pointing that out to the girl, to Nemra.
She nods. Okay, she says in common.
Are there like still like can we make out like prices on this?
Yeah, all the prices are listed.
Yeah, Alita will just point to like the cheapest item she sees.
Okay. Yeah.
Alita,
you point to
we
the
can
cheapest
share if you want.
The cheapest item. it's like sharing the set of fries.
Well, yes, it's sharing the set of fries, but it's more like Luz is aware that Alita won't eat anything, and her ordering is just an act of ordering. And if we split something, then she doesn't have to eat it or pretend that she's not eating it. Luz will just eat.
Thank you, Luz. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just not like super hungry.
Okay.
What does Micah pick? Adia will point out the weirdest sounding one to him.
I think that might be goat slam door.
Yeah.
What is actually on the menu? Like, Eileen is looking at this and going, this is actually a menu.
Yeah, Eileen, you look at it, there are options for bread, there are options for cheeses, there are a lot of different plant-based options, like different types of vegetables and things. None of them, or very few of them, are like normal vegetables that you are like aware of. They all seem like they are specific underdark like variants of different types of vegetables and different types of plant growth and things. So they're a little bit unfamiliar to you, but you can kind of gather what something would be similar to it, like something similar to a sweet potato or something similar to like cabbage and things like that.
Gotcha.
And then there's also some meats as well, where there's like goats and where there is bear meat and things like that.
Yeah, Eileen's gonna look for some form of ribs or something.
Okay.
Cave ribs.
Spread of cave ribs.
Cool.
They grow fresh on the stalactite.
Is there like is there Umber Hulk like intestines like as a meal option? Can I point that out for Micah? Can I point that out for Micah? Oh, damn it. What's the weirdest one?
The weirdest one would probably be
rocks.
I'm just picturing Well, no, I'm picturing like bioluminescent slugs or something.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like an escargot.
It'd be like
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
caped carrot slug.
Oh, I
Ooh.
point. Well, I point I point insistently for Micah to pick that one.
I don't want the fucking Cape Carrot slug.
You don't know that.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Does
You don't know
speak
that.
Undercommon, actually?
Does he speak Undercommon?
No, like this is what's written in common by underneath. It says Cape Carrot slug.
It's just translated. It's strangely. It's actually. It sounds really good.
Poor
Actually,
translation.
you should definitely pick it. Micah.
I don't think anything that could possibly be would be good.
Micah,
You should try it.
Steak with buttered potato.
Make a
Adia
deception
nods.
check.
Adia nods.
Uh-oh. It's a 12, but I think I'm good at deception. Plus 5, 17.
Yo.
It's a 12.
Stuck right in.
All right, I'll give that.
Yes.
He points to it for Nemra, and she kind of like gives a weird look for a moment, and then nods her head.
She wants to
They
know,
don't like it.
she wants to know what rarity you want your meat cooked to.
Medium's fine.
And I'll say an undercommon.
Oh.
Yeah, he likes it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
All right, so you all order, and Nemra takes all the menus and just thank you.
Thank
then-
you.
Kind of walks away and skips off.
Aw.
She's nice.
All right, so you guys talk for a little while, and eventually your food gets brought out. For you, Luce, there is just a smattering of lots of greens, blues, and purples of plants. You can see what looks like a purple cabbage, but has a little bit of a squishier texture, almost like tapioca. Then there is a lot of like bean-like things. Like they look like string beans, but are kind of like striated and striped, and a lot of various vegetables like that. For you, Eileen, you get a large rack of meaty, saucy ribs and some starchy looking like mashed potatoes, but it has the consistency of like cauliflower almost. So it's a little bit chunkier. Issar, what did you order? You ordered the
Goat slam door.
goat slam door? The same thing that Eileen ordered comes out for you.
Oh.
Look at you two, you're besties even if you don't realize it.
Yeah.
And then Adia, you ordered the thing that sounded like it was fish, a large fillet that is sort of like plated in a way where it's still sitting on top of like these like fish. So it's like the fillet is like exposed and cut, but it's sitting on top of where the fish or on the fish it would have been. And there is a sort of a saucy brine inside of a bowl, along with what looks like rice, but it is like longer grain, and they kind of curl, and they're like a dark green color instead.
Oh. That was so good.
And then for
Rika is slavering right now.
Oh.
for Alita, did you actually order the cheapest thing, or did you take it back?
No. Yeah, I would have like a split with Luz.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
then
sit
for
next to
Micah,
each other. Share.
Oh, Micah.
for Micah, it is a large bowl of a dark red looking like gelatinous thing, like blood pudding.
Oh no.
But it's like a dark red color, and there are a bunch of like, they almost look like flowers sticking out from it, and they are of a bright blue color. And he looks at you, Eileen, is like,
Blue flowers.
Oh no.
Oh, is it? Oh no. Please, please,
Must have gotten
please.
lost in translation. Lane just stares at him.
he shrugs and takes a bite.
Okay, so there's actually like dishes out there that are like gelatinized blood and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what this is making me think of.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
Kind of looks like
bad.
that, yeah.
Actually, it's not bad.
I can't say I have well, I tried one once in college, but I tried a very small amount of it, so I do not.
You dancing?
No, I'm just.
Nah, he's not dancing.
He just vibing, bro.
He's
Absolutely.
Yeah, you all eat your food.
What's Micah's reaction to his food?
Yes, yes.
It's a lot more sour than I thought it would be, but it's not bad.
Sour.
Adia is
Tastes like
gonna.
there's like vinegar or something mixed in.
Oh, maybe it's briny.
Gotcha.
Adia's definitely like trying to take a bite out of everyone's food except for Eileen's, because Eileen's very sad.
Well, and
happened.
Issar and Aline got the same thing, so
Yes. Yeah, so definitely she's attacking a little bit of your food. Issar.
Each of your meals are 6 silver pieces.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
do you have things?
I have exactly 6 silver. It's somewhere, somehow. Somewhere.
Leah will split with Luz.
Yep. Oh, okay. So then I have 7 silver. There we go. Okay.
And have we gotten our keys yet to our rooms?
Yeah, so after a little while, the orcish man comes back while you're all eating and drops off a key for 3 keys onto the table, and points like back in, still speaking Undercommon, points back further beyond like so it's kind of like countertop area at the front where it is kind of separating to the kitchen, and then you go up to the counter and then turn right, and then it heads further into the living space. Whereas behind the counter would be kitchen areas and stuff. But yeah, points off towards the right and says in Undercommon, if you head that way, it will be the 3 rooms at the far end of the hall on the left.
Gotcha. Thank you. I'll let everybody know where the rooms are.
Thank you.
Eileen's
I
going
don't know.
Turns and walks away.
to take a single bite of her ribs. See like a disgusted look go across her face. I'll see the rest of you in the morning. And
They're a bit gamey.
and excuse herself from the table.
You might want to stay a little longer.
Oh.
So there's no point in hiding this. Alita's going to bring out the compass. This is currently attuned to the engine's arcane signature.
That's pretty nifty.
It should lead us straight to it if the engine is in the possession of this angel. And kind of looking at it now, do I get an idea of how close it is?
Looking at it now, it seems like it is somewhat close. The blinking is pretty rapid, and it looks like it is pointing downwards still, so probably a little bit further down from where you are.
I kind of, yeah, Alita kind of figured it probably would be less, more downtrodden area.
Does
After
it? Does it? Oh, sorry. Does it track anything else? Your compass, or does it only track this particular engine?
It will only track this engine.
Oh. So after we find the engine, then it will be useless, or can you modify it to track anything else?
It can be reworked.
Yep. He's just looking at everyone, looking kind of tense all of a sudden.
Well, that'll
Luz is still
come in
eating
handy.
veggies.
Can you gauge? I mean, it looks like you can gauge direction. Does it tell you how far or anything like that?
No, it doesn't give an exact distance, but it is fairly close. And like, would I be able to glean that it has a good chance of being in the city? Or...
Make a intelligence check.
That's a natural 1.
Oof. It's pretty hard to gauge. It could be in the city, or it could be slightly outside of it. It could be like below the city. You're not entirely sure.
It's a little uncertain at the moment, but it's very close. Could be within the city or just outside of it.
All right. Well, that's a better starting point than I had.
It's also more than likely a little lower. I suspect it might be within the hollows.
Good to know.
I did want to see that place, so it'd be nice to look around there as well. Eileen, are you
Mhm.
doing all right?
Really just think I need a break from everyone. For now.
Is it all right to ask why?
Yeah.
Why? Are you angry that there was lies among us?
Among Us.
Among us. Among us. Sus.
Doo-doo-doo.
Saw real sus.
Emergency meeting.
There's no vents. There's no vents in medieval ages.
Oh no, there's a vent under us. No.
Where I'm from, people change up very quick. And it's good to take a step back and recalibrate. Figure out who your allies are. I look at Issar. And who's just kind of in the vicinity. I look at Alita. Need a night to think about it. Have a good night, everyone.
Oh, okay. Good night, Eileen.
Adios is watching. She's just like curious.
All right.
Oh.
Eileen goes off. Well, suppose you said that you had to talk to that person.
What time is it?
Yeah.
I
It's-
didn't even mean anything down here.
Yeah, actually, the sky above you, or like the area above you, like the artificial lights, not really artificial, but they're kind of the cavern lights that are
Alternative
above.
light.
It looks like it corresponds to like a day-night cycle. And as you've gotten here, you've seen it get brighter and then get dimmer, and it looks like it kind of simulates day and night. But you guys got here probably around like midday, I think it was. So it like basically looked like a bright noon sky, or like at least the light was dispersing like it would be bright noon, although multicolored rather than just like white light.
Then we still have a day to ourselves. I'm pretty sure Eileen wants to be with us when we see Andrea Nost, but seems like
Well, listen, it's been a while, so you know,
Wow.
it's been a while.
I don't think that this angel is super time sensitive, because it has had quite some time, so it seems like it's running into some issues, or can't exactly get away just yet. Maybe another day won't make too much of an issue if you feel like you all have something that you need to do and take some time for yourselves. I would like to try to take care of this as soon as we can, but I understand that there are other pressing matters and that this was perhaps not the most important. At least for all of you. So if you need to take an extra day or something, then I understand.
Sounds like a good idea to me. We have been going after one thing after another, so
Yeah.
and perhaps some folks can talk to each other instead of making choices on their own. That's probably inadvisable in the darkness of their minds.
Whoa. That went somewhere, Adia.
Oh, I mean,
What did you?
I mean, it's
Darkness of your mind?
I mean,
Does
I
your
was-
mind feel dark?
not in particular, no. I mean, I just feel that there is always the discussion needs to be made between people all the time, and being truthful, even if it hurts, usually, well, sometimes resolve things. There's little use in keeping secrets if, you know. I look at everyone. It's like, well, of course, I cannot make that choice for you. This is just an advice from a very young, what I would like to call young tabaxi from me.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh yeah, so you're just a wee little baby.
I'm a baby. No, she doesn't say that.
That actually explains a lot.
I'm a baby.
Well, I mean, I'm old enough to, go out into the world, but
Old enough to kill.
but I do understand that I know very little about the world. And it's very fun so far. And it's just, you're all very strange as well, but in a good way, I think. And it's just a little bit of a pity that, such accomplished people can't seem to manage to say the things they need to say. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Audia's over here being the 19-year-old who's trying to give advice to everyone who's older than her because she technically does know the correct form of action, but everyone's like, you're too young and we're not going to listen to you.
It's fine. It's fine if, she's just throwing it out there, but but her face is just still very, her tail's just very slowly wagging. She doesn't seem to, she's just observing everyone's reactions. Doesn't seem to be judging whether or not you take her advice or judging her for it.
Eileen, you go off and you find the waitress, Nemra.
Nemra,
She
not
looks
Nemra.
at you. Nemra, yeah.
In Undercommon. Because what time of day did you say it was right now?
It's a little bit past midday. It's probably 1, 2 p.m.
Oh, so we had lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have the whole
'Cause
day.
you guys only traveled half a day to get here.
Gotcha.
Hi, Nemra?
Hello? Can I help you with something?
Yeah. How much longer are you working for?
Probably until tonight after dinner service.
Okay. Do you know, this is a weird question, I'm sorry. We're new. I'm new. Do you know of any places in either here or the Hollows, where people go after night? Music, dancing, drinking, stuff like that?
I don't well, I mean, if you want to go down to the Hollows, there's it's kind of a little bit rougher, but there's a place called Willow's Rest that's kind of a cool place to be for all, dangerous people, and they go to drink and have fun, and I've always wanted to go, but my dad says I can't.
Right.
Ooh.
A
Well,
lot of
Oh no.
stuff happens there, I think.
Oh.
well, maybe if you went with a friend.
I don't think he would let me go.
Probably not. You're right. Well, I will be there tonight at some point. Right after it gets a little darker out there. And if I happen to see you there, then we can hang out for the night. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Where, and I'll get the general gist of where it's
Yeah.
at.
She'll let you know the general area in the Hollows where it's located.
Perfect.
Are you? Sorry, I hope this isn't rude. Are you like a ranger or something? And she points to your weapons on your hips.
No, I am I'm a monster hunter of sorts.
Whoa.
And I
You'd probably be really good at the capture arena.
Oh, there's an arena! Yo!
there's an arena.
In the Hollows, there's a place called the Captor Arena, where they play Captor.
That's sport.
Yeah.
Does it involve guns?
Doesn't have to, but it's they release a big creature, and then the person has to get it back into its cage,
Oh,
and they can win money, and it's like a big sport event thing.
interesting. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Is it open every day? Is it a weekly thing?
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
it?
all the time. Well, I mean, it depends on when they can get creatures, but I guess it's not every day. But like they'll get creatures and different types of things, and depending on how big it is or strong it is, the people can volunteer to try to win, and people will watch and buy like audience seats and tickets to watch like a big gladiatorial event. And if they are able to get it back in its cage, they can win money and stuff. And
Very interesting. Thank you for letting me know. It'll be fun.
yeah, you seem like you'd be good at it if you're like a monster hunter.
Yeah. Maybe. Do people die doing it? Just curious.
Sometimes, yeah.
That would be good to avoid then. I might give it a shot. I'll wait until my group is with me for that one for sure. But yeah, I will probably not see you later. But regardless, thank you for letting me know everything. It's appreciated.
Sure. Nemra looks like she's probably about 15 years old.
Makes sense.
He is not gonna go to a club.
Definitely not going to the club. Thought she was older.
No. She was like
I thought she was
young
college
teenager.
age too.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
why
same.
I asked. I was like, how old is this girl?
Yeah, no, like 15 years oldish looking.
Disregard. You're not going. We're down for
Not
trouble.
gonna expose
Or
you to
like, I am
to
19 and
hard
hanging out
drugs.
with a 15-year-old at a club sounds bad.
Yeah, awful idea. Eileen
My
will.
fault. I didn't make it like apparent enough.
Eileen will head out.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
What do the rest of you want to do for the rest of the day?
Luz, if people are semi-splitting up, Luz wants to look at all of the plants.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you go around to all the windows and just kind of like look at all
Yep.
of them.
Do
and
I recognize any of them? I will cast
Some of them are
comprehend
familiar.
languages so I can read anything.
Some of them are familiar. A lot of the other ones are kind of like variants of things that you might recognize. Like I was saying, like blueberries, but instead of these like small little like crowned blueberries, they're like elongated and almost look like oval shaped, like kind of like beans. And then just like, the squishy red cabbage and lots of weirder variations of normal vegetation that you're used
Yeah,
to.
I try and identify everything that was on my plate.
Yeah, no, you're able to find the areas where they were grown.
So Luz will spend her time doing for a little bit.
Okay. Everyone else? What?
I just realized I never paid.
It's all right.
It was 6 silver per person.
Yeah, Issar just puts another 6 down after he realizes.
I told you guys when you got the
not
food.
coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Trying to
so
take
here.
money out.
Okay.
I took it. out.
Let's see.
Issar gets like halfway through his ribs and just sees Micah kind of poking the gelatinous blood bowl and just kind of wordlessly slides his stuff over.
Oh.
Oh, well. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm like, you also have Eileen's food right next to you too.
Yeah, she
You might come
barely
back for
ate
it.
it.
Just left
No.
it.
You might come back for it.
No.
We'll put it
We
in the
get her a
leftover,
doggy
in the
bag.
leftover box.
Yeah, put it in like a small like cardboard box for her to have later.
Put it in her room.
Yeah.
Entire room will smell like meat when she gets there.
It's not bad. Not bad smell. I mean,
I don't think she'd complain about that.
Tip extra.
Issar
Neat.
tries to flag down. Was it Nemra? Was her name?
Nemra was the waitress, yeah.
Yeah. Flag down Nemra and try and ask her where the nearest blacksmith is. So, do you know what a blacksmith is?
Make a performance check.
Oh no.
How well you're able to
Oh,
construe
no.
this
Oh,
to someone who
no.
doesn't speak the same language as you very well.
At the 6.
Hmm.
6.
6.
you just asked where.
Where's the
Going
hot
to
dog?
bash your head in.
Yeah, she's kind of like taken aback a little bit, like,
No. And Issar takes out one of his blacksmith hammer. This is like
No.
jumps back a little bit.
Issar takes out one of the ingots and then like hammer on ingot. Takes out the tongs, holding the ingot with the tongs.
Your whole
It's just like
blacksmithing
he's
kit on the
trying-
table.
Yeah.
You're explaining how you're gonna torture her slowly.
She doesn't really know how to explain where something like that would be, even if she understands. So she kind of like nods a little bit and it's like, I know. Over.
Over.
And she kind of just points, like.
Good enough for me. Issar walks out the door
No.
and starts going over.
Okay.
Oh no.
Fuck yeah.
Make a perception check.
He is listening for what he recognizes as the sounds of the song.
Yeah.
So he's listening for like rhythmic
Yeah.
tinging.
That's why a perception check.
Why? Perception. That's an 8 total.
Ooh.
I rolled a 2. Issar's gonna end up in the fighting pit, isn't he?
Yeah.
You
swear
fall
to
down into
God.
the hollows, right into the arena.
Issar tries to use the bathroom, ends up in a fighting pit.
Okay. So yeah, you walk down and through the city, and you're getting a lot of weird looks. People are just looking at like this human, large maul on his back and heavy
Walking by
armor,
himself.
bald, walking by himself through the Underdark, through Falakir, and just strutting through the streets. You look around, and everywhere you look, it's just people like staring at you. You see smoke coming from an area, and you kind of like head towards it,
It's
thinking
smoke.
that
We go
It's-
there.
thinking that it's a possibly like Smith smoke. As you get over there, it seems like it is like a refinery for what's it called?
Canning.
Like foods and stuff. Not so much like or not foods. What am I thinking of? Refining of like animal products. Like
The tannery.
not really tanning, but like like taking like horse hooves and turning it to glue, or taking like
Oh.
horns and like refining
Processing
animals,
plant.
processing it. Yeah. So the smoke was that.
Issar is
was
just trying to
not
find
Smith.
anyone like, does anyone speak common?
Oh
like-
my god.
He's like, I'm looking for a blacksmith, and takes out his hammer and is like banging it into his hand.
We've hit the low point.
Oh, no.
One
His little
one
hammer, not his
person,
maul, his blacksmithing hammer. It's pretty clearly not a weapon.
one person walks up to you, and it looks like it is a turtle man, and like pretty old looking, like drooping head, grayish green shell, and like patterned back of the shell, and walks up to you. And is like, what are you looking for?
Oh, thank God.
I speak common.
I very much appreciate it. Me and my group that I'm not currently with just arrived in town. I was wondering if there was a smithy nearby. I've been trying to find it with no luck.
Sure, you can come with me. And turns around and starts slowly walking.
Works for me. Issar follows. Issar's gonna get mugged.
By an old turtle.
You follow him for a while, and it's like those NPC escort quests.
I
He
keep
walks
catching up
just a
to him
little
and
bit too
asking, like,
slow.
oh shit, fuck.
Just walks a little bit too slow.
I do like
and
the
just,
1.5
shuffling.
step stop.
Now go in the alleyway.
Yeah. Take your pants off.
Run
Oh
your
my there.
pockets.
This is a stick-up, motherfucker.
Pull that again.
Give me your coin pouch, bitch.
You walk for a little while, and frustratingly, walking a little bit too slow, and eventually you see what looks like the smoke of a smith, and you can see, and he points towards the place with like a shaky hand. It's called Bespoke Craft.
The spoke crap.
Bespoke Craft.
Bespoke. Okay.
That's like the most I've ever seen us all get the
Yeah,
same thing in a row.
absolutely.
Those are real words.
Yeah.
Those are legitimately
Man.
real words.
Man.
Issar says, thank you. I very much appreciate it. Would it be okay if I gave you like some money for your time? I appreciate it a lot.
Slowly nods his head.
Yeah, Issar, takes out 3 gold, hands it over.
Thank you.
That's a lot of money.
He turns
Yeah.
and walks away quicker than you can walk here with you.
More page.
We were walking
Oh, wait a minute. Hey!
he can
Sprints away.
He can sprint. It's like the sprinting in Phasmophobia. It's just a slightly faster walk.
faster.
Yeah, Issar, oh boy, none of these people are gonna speak common, will they? Issar walks inside.
Hey.
You'll all speak the language of smithing. It's okay.
True.
Yeah.
You walk inside, and it is very smoky and very warm in here. A little bit like hazy. And as you enter inside, you can see a bunch of goblins all just hammering away at different materials and extending pieces of metal, fitting things into sockets, making crafting armor, making and crafting weapons, making and crafting just miscellaneous objects made out of metal. As you walk inside, like a bunch of them kind of like look up from their work and are a little bit shocked looking, seeing a human walk into the shop, and then kind of just like slowly go back to their work. As you can see that there seems to be a mastersmith or someone who looks a little bit more important that's like inspecting all of the things that are being made.
Issar approaches him.
You see a goblin man who is kind of short, stubbly hair that looks like almost like a 5 o'clock shadow beard, but on his head. And you can see, funnily enough, a more more haired beard than his head, but like only by a little bit. Like it looks like stubble, but a little bit thicker stubble than the stubble on his head, and a little bit like light green skin with a thick and stocky build. Like you can definitely see his arms and his torso are built from constantly working metal. And he looks over at you. He says something in Undercommon.
Aggressive.
I would like to purchase use of your forge.
You
Issar.
speak common.
Yes, sorry.
What's a human doing here in Falakir?
A lot of strange circumstances. I'm with a group.
Ah,
We're looking for someone. That's not why I'm here. I recently came across this metal, and Issar pulls out one of the ingots of Titan steel. And I was, like I just said, looking to purchase use of your forge for, just a bit of time.
how long?
Rest of the day. If you just have a spare area, I would not get in your way.
Make a persuasion check.
$11.
10 gold pieces, and you can use it for the rest of the day.
Yep. Sounds good. Issar puts it on the table.
He kind of gestures.
All yours.
All right. Yeah. Now that Issar has an actual, is this all like goblin sized, or is there a standardized blacksmithing size?
It is all goblin sized.
Oh,
everything is a
no.
little bit shorter. Everything will still like fit and work, but you're gonna have to slouch a bit and like bend over
That's
because
fine.
you are significantly taller than all of them.
Yeah. Just a small way Issar can punish himself, paying an exorbitant fee and then punching
man.
over an anvil.
Trying to find another blacksmith in the city that'll let a human work in their shop, and that also speaks common. I think he understands the
Yeah.
situation you're in.
Yeah.
and take advantage
He's
of
not.
it.
He's not. Yeah. He's not even gonna try and fight that. Yeah. Issar is just kind of gonna go through the standard motions for trying to work this metal in any way based on what he learned before, where it was worked like, I forgot what the word for it was, where like softer touches kind of made it feel more malleable.
Yeah, it was like variant in the way that
Yeah.
it worked, kind of like a non-Newtonian fluid.
Yeah, so he's just going to use that, seeing how heating it up, cooling it down
Okay.
affects it.
Yeah,
We'll
make
do that
a
for,
tool
like,
check.
that is a 12 plus whatever you want me to add.
Proficiency, and then I'll say intelligence for
15.
figuring it out.
16.
16. Yeah, you spend the rest of the day just like tinkering with it and playing with the metal and seeing how it works and operates, and you feel like you're definitely making a lot of progress and figuring out its properties and the different ways that it reacts to different temperatures, different types of strikes, different forces, and things like that. So you feel like you are making a lot of headway with that and are able to actually kind of forge out a little bit of pieces into the shapes that you want.
Okay. At one point during it, Issar is going to see how it reacts to if he's holding an ardent strike while he hammers into it.
Okay. You kind of charge up the ardent strike and then hammer into it, and it seems to kind of like absorb and then disperse outward. Like a little shockwave strikes into it and then launches out from underneath the anvil and kind of creates the shockwave inside of the forgery that you're in. And all the goblins kind of look over as like everything kind of like jumps and shifts for a moment, almost like the force was amplified from the impact.
Interesting. I did not rebound on that.
Cool.
And then Issar is going to see how it reacts to crush.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, doesn't crush require a living target?
Does it? Let me
I
read.
think so, because you sculpt life force.
Overwhelming life force within your foe. Yeah.
Yeah. So doesn't not work on inanimate objects.
Fair. Unless there's life force in Titan Steel. He doesn't know. Maybe there is.
Not
Living metal.
so much that you could like grab
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more levels in Death Knight. Okay, yeah, that's what he's going to be doing. He's going to see. So when he did that, it just amplified it. It didn't.
It seemed like amplified, as if it was able to redirect the force of impact, and kind of disperse it into different areas outside of itself. It looks like it is a very reactive type of metal that it's able to like take in energy and then distribute it tenfold.
Interesting. Do I get the feeling that this would make it more workable using concuss this way, or it wouldn't really help?
It wouldn't really help with working it. It's more so just like understanding its properties will help you work it better, and how it like alters in that way. You're learning better and better ways about it and how to work it and stuff like that.
Yeah, so once Issar starts, you said he was able to mold it a bit.
Yeah, you're able to like actually forge out like a leaf, like the normal thing that blacksmiths do, the very simple, just like a little bit of a leaf out of the Titan steel and get it into a relatively good shape and form.
Yeah, he'll just, keep whittling away at that for pretty much the rest of the day. Somebody bothers him.
Anybody else? What are you guys doing?
I'm just staring down Micah.
Unblinking. Unbreathing. Uneating.
I want to say Adi wants to go exploring, but I'm not sure where to start without getting in trouble. Adi just looks at Alita, looks at Micah, and then like once Micah seems like he's done eating whatever concoction between the two he's been given, Adi will just like grab both of their arms and just start tugging them out of the.
Oh, where are we going? What are you doing?
Oh boy, not again.
Yep, she just starts heading towards the let's see. She just starts heading towards the shopping. Is it shopping district? Is there like a bookstall or something like that? A bookstore looking place?
You're gonna have to look around.
Yeah, she's gonna. That's what she wants to do.
But
she's just
when
gonna...
you start tugging on Micah, he doesn't move. He's a heavy guy.
Oh.
He looks at you. And what are you trying to do?
You just got here. Do you not want to look around?
I mean, I guess. For what?
To sightsee. Do you simply travel around and do the bidding of your god, or do you actually look up at the sky and for a moment?
Have fun. No, he doesn't look at the sky. He told us he knows nothing of the stars.
I mean, when I can understand the language, it's usually a lot easier to go around, but I don't really know how to communicate here.
Why?
So you're afraid to go around just because you do not know the language?
Not afraid, just seems foolish.
But that's the fun of it.
I must agree. I do admit I have my own curiosities, but without Eileen, it seems like it would be rather fruitless.
Then we find a dictionary.
How?
We find a bookstore.
How?
I look around for like Nemra or the father.
The one NPC we know.
the two NPCs.
The one.
Yeah, is Nemra around?
Yeah, you can flag her down.
Yeah, I point out, not point out, I flag out and flag down Nemra, and like I take out a parchment and start like buying like a bookshelf and start like pointing at it, like pointing at it, like, and then I shrug.
She nods her head.
And then okay, and then Adia will start like drawing like a rough map of the city that she saw so far, like trying to like do like kind of
Okay.
a top down view of you, and then she'll like point to the bookshelf and point to like randomly in the city with like a questioning look.
Make a cartography tools check.
Cartography. Oh, what do I do with what attribute is that?
I'm gonna say use your wisdom for this because you are gathering spatial reasoning.
Wisdom. Oh god. Okay. I'm just gonna do this in the chat.
Yeah, you're able to pretty accurately sketch out what the area looks like from a top down, and Nemra is seemingly able to understand what you're trying, or like the area, the layout that you're drawing, and she takes your pen or your quill and goes and scribbles down where like a mark, and she gives it back and then smiles and nods her head.
It's like Adia will say like, oh, thank you. How to say thank you in Undercommon?
She'll tell you the words for thank you in Undercommon, which I'm not going to attempt to make up right now.
Adia will nod and say it back to her in Undercommon, and then turn towards Micah and Alita. We have a bookstore. It's a good start as any.
Why do you want a bookstore?
To find a dictionary.
I don't think they make those.
They do not. Or perhaps a book that's similar to one that I know, and I could just point out the words and try to form a sentence through that.
That'll go well.
It'll be an adventure.
Sure, why not?
Adia wags her tail and like looks at
Alita's
Alita.
just not even fighting at this point.
Let's go! Yeah, they're not. Yeah, and then I guess Adia will drag them to the nearest bookstore. I don't know how that's gonna fucking go. Fucking she has a disguise tonight and Alita. Yeah.
Is Micah still disguised?
Not anymore. An hour's passed.
Oh, well, that's
Did
fine.
He just randomly shifted back.
Yeah, did he just
and other
randomly
patrons
shift
were
into
like,
a human while we were at dinner?
Yep, randomly,
lunch?
just while you were eating.
mid spoonful of that red gelatinous stuff.
Yeah, and then I guess she's gonna head to the bookstore to see what's there. What wares? What owner?
Okay. Yeah, you head to where Nemra has pointed out onto the map, and you get to the place, and it looks like the words that Nemra had written in Undercommon, you match them to the sign of what the place is, and looks like the place.
Nadia goes in without hesitation.
You enter inside, and you can see within, or first you smell the vast scent of wood. Very strong, like cedar and oak and all different types of wood inside. And you look around, and within there are a bunch of pieces of furniture, couches and desks and tables and shelves and all kinds of things like that. Looks like you have entered into not a bookstore, but into a furniture store.
Oh. Well, okay. It's like the Adia looks very surprised.
I'm looking for a bookshelf.
You can see what looks like a tiefling woman of a lightish pink skin with a slender build, tall and lithe, with horns that curl forward a little bit, kind of from like the top of the head and forward. And she seems to be just like sanding some pieces, like lying on the ground underneath a desk and sanding off some pieces. And and kind of like painting some like protective coatings over them. And she kind of like peeks out as you come in and says something in Undercommon that you can't understand. And she kind of stands up.
Hello? She will say in common.
And she kind of like strokes her face a little bit. She tries speaking in a different language. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Elvish.
Same.
Hey.
Neither of you can understand.
Adia will try to speak in Elvish. Hello?
And she kind of just like shrugs and moves her hands like, I don't know. Well, this is going real well, huh?
What language does this Micah speak?
Not what she's speaking.
Seems about par for the course.
He speaks Common and Southern.
Adia will take out this.
twang.
Well, Adia will take out the parchment paper that she has and just like kind of like write down like, not write down like draw out like kind of like a box like with like a lid that kind of like a small like cute little like
Don't you have like an actual
piece.
journal with you?
Yeah, I have 25 pieces of parchment and 2 journals. I'm full of paper. I'm a paper person.
I got paper.
Yeah. So she draws it out and
Shoes
kind of
better.
points. She kind of points it out.
Yeah, so what do you draw?
Like a small like almost like a very small like jewelry box or just a box with like a lid, but like she's like pointing at it and like asking and like she tries to draw like fancy little decorations on it. Questioning. And does a shrug?
She looks at the paper and kind of like takes a pencil and then sketches lines across what you've drawn and then puts question marks on each of the lines. Looks like she's asking for dimensions.
Adia shakes her head. She like points like around at the store like and then points at the box like trying to ask like, do you have one available to sell just ready made? Like
okay, you're trying to like gesture like here already.
Yeah.
She kind of like thinks for a few moments and then goes and looks around in the back areas and for anything, and then comes back and then just shrugs and shakes her head. She points at like desks and points at like shelves and points at like couches and bed frames and things like that. Seems like she makes a lot of bigger carpentry furniture.
Damn it. Man, Adia just nods, turns around, walks back out the door.
That was real good. Real good job there, Adia.
Well, to the next place. And then she just starts heading off straight towards
Where is the next place?
Okay, she is gonna try to find the tallest building in the area.
Bookstore's notoriously tall.
No, she's not even looking for the bookstore anymore. She's gonna just find
the tall buildings would be those in the area that the Knoll woman told you about.
That spire area.
The spires.
Okay, she's
We
gonna
have
try
go
to.
there together.
Oh, well, she could check it out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's just going there. She's just heading straight towards there.
Okay.
She's
That's
also like
across the city, but yeah, you head there for the coming times, the coming hours.
she's also looking out. Is there like any like guards or like that kind of thing?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Since you've gotten here, you have not seen a single guard. Or
Has she
anyone that looks like their job is to like patrol around and
Huh. Has she seen like any like common insignias that's been like spattered around like commonly in the entire area, like some kind of at least city symbol or?
No, not really.
No, like symbol of someone important.
No.
And as they're moving closer to the towers, like does it seem like the quality of life seems to be getting higher, or?
It looks like the entirety of the apogee is pretty high quality and looks like it is like more or better built things and more comfortable. When you get closer towards the spires definitely do look like they are nice, but not particularly nicer in build or make than everywhere else, just taller and bigger.
Okay. And on the way there, like, has there been like any food stalls with like candy, that kind of thing?
There's been some like food, around and things that you could pick up, just like snacks and things.
Yeah, she will get some and then put it in her pack. Like,
Okay.
I don't know how much it'll cost, but
I'll just mark off like 4 copper
4 top. Okay.
for
Yeah,
just
she'll-
assorted underdark Falakir snacks.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
While we're out and about, does Lita see any kind of building that might seem to be working in clockwork, or like any other like mechanical machines or anything around the area?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
does it seem like the atmosphere above us? Does it seem like it's just like an actual sky, or does it seem like it might be coming from a direction? Or
It looks very much like a sky. It looks like natural phenomenon, like aurora borealis, like creating this light, and it kind of like dissipates into just like clouds beyond that are like glowing and bright, like kind of simulating a sky.
okay. Like, do we get to the bridge that's here, or is it just like I don't know if it's like perfectly
There's
like
multiple
this
different
picture.
bridges. It's not perfectly like the picture, but there's multiple like bridges that span across the hollow underneath and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't want to get too far, but because we'll be investigating that together. But yeah, it should just be sightseeing with these two reluctant people, unless they have something to see, or Micah notices something.
Micah's just there with you, just looking like
Just being dragged along.
looking like he's being dragged along to the mall and doesn't want to go.
Same with Alita. Like, there's like just like this awkward moment where the two of them are just kind of standing next to each other as Rika's going about doing her thing.
Adia.
Well, yeah, I guess.
You don't seem to like me very much, Alita.
Well, when someone just kind of seems to pop out of nowhere and seems to know things about you that you don't like to get around, one gets a little suspicious.
I didn't really know too much about you. You kind of said it all. All I knew is you were a half-elven woman with a thing that could lead us to what I'm looking for.
Before today, I could count on one hand the number of people that knew I had that.
Well, deities have access to more information, I guess.
Alita, does it get tiring after a while to be suspicious of everything? I don't mean this in offense, of course. Just, I'm genuinely curious.
Safer than not.
I mean, safe from what, though? And Adi just looks at both Micah and Alita, just like,
Alita is like, just like, she kind of has like her back to Micah right now. So, and she's just kind of looking directly at you. And she's kind of like shifting her eyes a little bit towards trying to like hint about Micah behind her.
Well, Micah, what do you think? Are you still suspicious about the
Of
people
what?
around you, of everything? Or do you simply go as you will?
I mean, I've found that people are generally all right. People are predictable. people will often act in what best serves themselves and the people that they care about. So generally, they are not too much to worry about as long as you know what they care about and what they want. Whereas other beings like celestials and the immortal beings, they are a bit more enigmatic. So I'm definitely much more wary of them over mortal beings. As far as people, I tend to take what they say at face value because all I tend to want to know is what they want. And obviously they can lie, but generally if you're trying to give someone what they want, then they'll be happy about it.
That sounds very pragmatic, logical, but also lonely.
You know, much of my life has been quite lonely, but I don't feel that alone.
Oh, also, Micah, have you seen perhaps other tabaxi that looks similar to me with my coloring?
Specifically your coloring? I'm not entirely sure. I've seen other tabaxi, sure.
Any with like, very green eyes like mine?
None that stand out in my head.
Well, I tried.
Not that I can remember, sorry.
It's all right. It seems my kind does their job well, at the very least.
Oh, I forgot to change to other scenes of things that you would see walking around.
Oh,
Here's a good one. It's like walking by the fancier areas and kind of heading more towards the what are called the torches, the spires that stick up. You would start to see stuff like this.
wow. Does this seem like it's carved right out of the mountain, or is it
Pretty
like
much.
Oh,
Some of the things seem like they're carved out of the mountain, yeah.
huh. Nah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, just look at her. Just look at her.
Would also see some things like this in the apogee.
Wow.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that. Look at that. Have you? Yeah. Adia points out this stuff. Like, have you seen either of you? Have you seen any of this? Where in your travels so far, or?
No, it's quite beautiful. I won't deny that.
It is very different from back home.
I can say the same.
All right. And I think that's everybody, right? Issar, Eileen, or well, Eileen, where you headed?
Yeah, what's Eileen doing?
Yeah, what's Eileen doing?
When it starts getting late, I'll head down to the hollow.
Okay.
Oh.
But since it's middle of the
She's
day,
not telling us that's where she's going.
walking
Is she just
around.
going
I
alone?
keep my bag on me. I don't drop it off in the room or anything. I don't go in my room. Stop by a bathhouse at some point, get cleaned up. Don't know how much that's gonna cost, but
I'd say just mark off like a silver,
okay, yeah.
just for simple like
Nearest bathing situation.
And then start looking for a way down to the hollows and towards
All
that
right.
area.
You head down to the hollows, and it immediately becomes apparent that it is much more out of the way and less presentery. There's a lot of like alleyways and a lot of different places that are like small establishments and stalls and little tiny shacks and homes where business can be done, perhaps, or maybe just places of personal business like growing or raising livestock, or lesser bougie crafts and things that are more out of the way, trade, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can see just like these spanning archways and different alleyways and things, getting a little bit more into the mucky and darker areas. Let's go ahead and take a break there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to pee.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, can't get anything out of Alita.
You have to ask.
We're back live. Audio's back on.
Cool.
Don't worry about it.
So, Eileen, time passes, all of you do your assorted things, and night falls. You can see the sky above you begin to dim and darken. The glowing, effervescent, sort of ethereal light in the sky begins to fade and begins to become darker. You can see the smattering of what looks like stars begin to take the cavern top, and sort of in a simulated little dotted white sections, and then just a very dim haze of a glow that almost looks like a moon up at the top of the cavern's area. You all go about whatever business you're going about, and eventually head back to the place where you were staying to sleep. Was it Bows and Bounty or something?
Bows and
Bounty.
Bows and Hose?
Boats and hoes.
Bows and Yield. Bows and
Yields.
How far away from Bows and Yield did Issar go on his journey?
A while. You were trekking.
But you were trekking at like a mile an hour.
I don't think he remembers how to get back.
Oh no.
Make a survival check.
Uh-oh. I don't think he does. That is 11 total.
11's enough to get back. Yeah, you can find your way back. When you would like to, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Eileen, you head down into the hollows, and it is much more boisterous. There's a lot more people kind of around, just on the streets, walking around. No one seems to pay you too much mind, being that you are a tiefling, and they're not terribly uncommon to Falakir.
Right.
But yeah, you travel to the place that you were told, the Willows Rest.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, outside it looks pretty grungy. You can see a bunch of people coming in and out. You can hear the sound of music on the inside, and it looks a little bit rambunctious and boisterous.
Perfect. Eileen kind of looks for the entrance of the place and glances around, and then just confidently walks her way in.
Okay. Yeah, you head inside, and yeah, looking around, you see many people inside the establishment. It is a bar slash kind of tavern type of place. It's a little bit sketchy looking and kind of a little bit dirty. But you could see immediately just people talking at tables, people talking in the corners, and trading things back and forth. It looks like this is very much a place of like, one, partying and fun, but two, also deals of types of shadier business transactions and things. People fencing stolen objects and things along those lines. You can see at the front, at the bar, there is a large bugbear woman that is a heavy charcoal-colored fur with small white speckles in it, and a slightly wrinkled face with round and thick features. Very much looks like does not take any shit and kind of has a perpetual scowl on her face, and is just serving drinks and kind of like eyeballing people that get a little bit too rambunctious, and they immediately lock eyes with her and like calm the fuck down. Seems to have a pretty deep hold on this place.
Okay, she's up at the bar.
Yep.
And then we'll walk up and try and take a seat next to her.
Oh, but she's the bartender.
Oh, I thought she was sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No. Like she's the bartender.
Gotcha. Eileen will sit on the other side of the bar and... excuse me?
Yeah, what can I get you?
You got specials? You got anything unique here? I'm new down here. I haven't been down here before.
See that? I haven't seen your face around here.
Yeah, just got in earlier this morning, actually. Looking to have a good
Yeah, you
time.
want something to drink? I got you.
She goes and takes a bottle, pops it open, and pours in about halfway of a lowball glass, and then takes another two and pours them in over top.
Make it
And
strong. Been a long
Hands it
day.
back to you.
That's the only way I know how to make them, dear.
I mean,
Hands it back to you.
2 silver.
2 silver. I got you. I'll put a gold on the table. I'm gonna be here for a while. Keep them coming.
Takes it and pulls it off the counter.
Will do.
You take a sip, and it is a very thick and viscous sort of liquid, almost like cough medicine consistency, but it has a very sharp cinnamon taste to it, like Fireball, basically, like Fireball whiskey, and a tinge of sweet that like immediately hits the back of the throat. Very, very apparent, and has like a smokiness to it, kind of like a cedar wood smoke.
Eileen,
Quite good. very, very heavy, but good.
Okay. I might need to find somebody to share these drinks with. What was your name again?
Relkira.
Ralkira?
Relkira.
Ralkira. What can you tell me about the people down here? My first time here, I haven't really been to this area.
They're a bunch of assholes. You especially, Pilot.
And points out at a random person over in the corner of the bar and like just throws his hands up, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck you,
So
Pallet!
everyone starts laughing.
Yeah, you know, it's a good bunch. We like to have fun.
Would Eileen have noticed the same thing that Alita noticed about like there being no guards?
Make a perception check.
12 plus 1, 13. I rolled like 4 12s
Yeah.
today.
I would say since coming into the city, you have not noticed any guards.
Fantasy Pete. Why is there no guards around here? What-
Fantasy Pete. Palette.
Why are there no guards around here?
What do you mean?
I haven't seen a single one since we've hit the Underdark.
I mean, there's some guards, but there's not like a lot of them. You'll see them around every once in a while.
No trouble here?
I mean, there's trouble, but that's just how it is. I don't know. Just not that many guards.
I guess you guys take care of your own.
Sure.
Somebody steps
Take
out
care
of
of
line.
ourselves. Yeah. I'll knock some heads.
I can see that. People seem to respect you around here.
They fucking better.
I'm just gonna turn around at the bar for a second and try and scan the room, see if anybody at the tables are of interest or paying attention to her.
Yeah, you see a few people kind of like looking at you a little bit, being a new face here. It seems like a lot of regulars come here, and people that know the area or live around the area. And you can catch some glances looking at you. There's like a tiefling person that is looking. You can see a couple orcs that are looking over. You can see a strange looking grung that you've not really ever seen before. It's like a kind of a frog person. Yeah, just a lot of spatterings of different types of people. And yeah.
The tiefling sitting alone.
There's some looks. No, you can see the tiefling with somebody else.
No. Owen's gonna wave a hand at the tiefling, see if he wants to come over and sit down.
Like waving him over.
Yeah, gonna wave him over.
He looks at you and kind of like a little bit of a smirk, and then comes over and sits.
As he's walking over, I'm gonna ask Valkyra.
Rokir.
Valkyra.
Shakira.
Shakira.
What about him? Problem?
That's Bilg. He's all right.
Bilg.
Bilg.
Bilg. Bilg.
Bilg.
Bilg.
It's Bussy.
I did not call over Bilg. Holy shit.
You had to get fantasy Bill.
Oh no. I did not call over Bilg of all people.
That's Bilg.
Big Bilg.
Bilg.
Does Bilg
Bilg. 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 Bilg.
He was sitting with another tiefling.
Bill's got a big bill.
Hey.
He was sitting with another tiefling if you want to call him over instead.
I don't want the other. I know because I'm gonna ask what his name is.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see.
It's gonna be Bob.
Bill.
Borb.
It's gonna be something dumb. I don't want to call him over. Yeah. Is Bill problematic? Is he?
He's all right. He works in the mines. Likes to drink. Likes to have fun, fuck around. A little bit of a playboy, I would say.
Sounds like what I'm looking for.
Cool.
Go ahead and pour him another one for me.
All right.
Pours another drink. As he gets over, he kind of like sits up against the bar, just like leaning right next to you. I haven't seen your face around here before.
This is his voice with that name.
How you doing?
How you doing? My name's Bill.
Spelled B-I-L-G.
Can you spell your name right? Rick here was telling me that you're the person that can show me around down here. I just got in.
Oh,
I could definitely do that.
Slide in the drink.
Thank you.
His fucking
He
voice.
takes a sip. Seems like you like the strong stuff, huh?
Ah.
Yep.
You can see he has a dark red skin, like almost a crimson color, and has very large horns that are a lot bigger than other tieflings that you usually see, almost like ram's horns that curl backwards.
Hot. Attractive.
And kind of a slim face and a little bit on the lither side, but seems lean.
What a tiefling.
Are you scared of the heavy stuff?
Ow.
No, of course not. It's usually how I prefer it.
He looks down.
Looks down where, my girl?
See that she is not heavy. And realize that she is probably not his type. But nonetheless, we'll continue chatting him up and
Okay.
buying drinks for him and her.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you hang out at the place for a while, and you drink the night away and have fun. At some point, he turns to you and he asks, "So, what exactly brings you down here? Are you from the overworld?"
People above are kind of boring, I guess. They're getting on my nerves. I wanted to get away for a little bit.
That's fair.
I'm not
Well,
here
you
to
look
meet-
quite interesting. He points to the pistols on either side of your hips. Seems like you definitely belong here.
Yeah, it seems like more my people, more genuine. Good to see. Good to see that still exists somewhere.
Everyone you find here will be quite apparent in what they want and what their motives are, usually. Whether they're good, I can't promise.
Well,
Wait, it adds to the atmosphere, Cody. Don't go away. That's just the drunk man behind you.
I want chocolate milk.
Milk!
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 Fuck off, Pete.
what did I do?
You can't stop me, Pete. I'm gonna get my milk.
does he seem like he is getting drunk at some point?
Oh yeah, for sure. As you keep getting more and more drinks, he is definitely not wanting to leave, or not wanting to let you get ahead, and is keeping up.
Gotcha. You said you were going to show me around. Mind going for a walk?
Sure. Sounds good to me. He taps on the bar counter and kind of like gives Rokira a wink and drops off some money to pay for the drinks.
Aw.
Yeah, and we'll head out with you in tow.
Perfect.
Walks you around the hollows for a little while and kind of walks you past the arena, the captor arena, and kind of just shows you a lot of fun shows happen here for those who are more capable in combat prowess and such. They're quite interesting to watch, and from what I understand, they make a good amount of money.
Okay. Yeah, I was told about that place. I'm gonna stop by later. But
Wow.
this isn't what I wanted to see.
Oh?
Eileen gives him the eyes.
Okay. He nods and smirks a little bit. Well, all right then. And we'll lead you back to his home. It's not necessarily fancy or great or anything, but it's not like a rundown shack. It seems like it's decent enough and has some decent wages as a miner, enough to get by and not be struggling or anything, but takes you inside. And yeah, we can go ahead and cut away if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Roll performance.
Roll constitutions.
I feel like this is not the most healthy behavior.
It is a behavior for sure.
A behavior.
It is a behavior.
After a
Where's
little
that
bit,
80s that 80s porno music?
we can fade back out for Black.
Ins.
Oh.
It's gonna be like, Eileen, where were you last night? None of your business. Okay.
So Eileen,
I mean-
what happens?
Well, as soon as he takes me to his room, I wait for him to turn around, and I cast Hold Person on him.
Why? Why?
Kinky.
And he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Where is this going?
That is a 12.
A 12
Fails,
does not
probably.
fails.
His body locks up as he is paralyzed and held still by the spell. What's going on?
Taking strangers into your home. Not a great habit to get into.
Well, usually,
I
you
should.
know.
I should. Do you really want me to? Eileen's going to pull the rope out of her backpack and restrain him.
Okay. Tie his arms behind his back and tie his legs.
Why?
Going on?
Is this really necessary?
I thought you were. I don't know. I thought you were into this.
What?
Roll an intimidation check.
16 intimidation is not going to be a much on here. +2, 18 total.
18. He quiets down for a moment.
Sword.
All right. I'm kind of a little bit worried, but is kind of like not all there in terms of like, you know, has had quite a bit to drink and has also, you know, had a hold person spell cast on him and is in an unfamiliar territory right now.
Eileen is going to put her hand on his back and begin draining the life essence from him.
I see.
What?
Wait, what?
He falls down onto the bed and begins to kind of writhe a little bit and kind of like
Is
shake.
this because of your? Is this
as
because of
Eileen
your
energy?
rune crest?
Dark energy begins to
Oh
seep
no.
out from his back and into your body. As you can see, the color and pallor of his skin begin to pale and begin to change, and you hear the sound of like groaning as the essence of the life essence is drawn out of his body. After some time, how much do you want to take?
Enough to feel sated because these last few
Okay.
weeks have been.
Okay. You pull the essence out from him as you release, and his body falls limp. Still breathing, but very raggedly. As the color has altered in his skin, he is pale, he is clammy looking, a little bit gaunt in the face, and just lies there unconscious. You feel, for the first time in weeks, full and not starving.
I will drag him to his bed. Or if he was already on it, I'll leave him there. I'll untie the ropes.
Okay. Yep.
And I will give him one small kiss on the cheek. Thank you. I will walk out the front door.
Okay.
Straighten myself up and head back up to the nice hotel.
Okay.
Interesting.
You head back up to the Bows and Bows and Yield, and the rest of you all gather back at the Bows and Yield for a night's rest. You all are back before Eileen gets back, and Eileen kind of comes in later. You can hear the door to her room open and then close later in the night as you are all getting ready to bed down.
Adia goes around giving everyone the candy that she bought. Yeah. Adia gives it to like Issar and to like, and then like yeah, she gives it to of course Alita and fuck, I forgot his name already.
Micah?
Micah.
Micah, thank you. I was
Not
call,
Joseph, so we
I was
don't
about to call him
remember.
Marcus. For some reason, Marcus. I don't know why. But yeah, and then yeah, she'll knock on Eileen's door.
Eileen will open the door. She's sloshed and kind of hovering back and forth. Swaying, I guess is a better word, not hovering.
Also, just to cut in for a second, for the first time in weeks, you feel full, Eileen, and it feels so good. Like you haven't felt this sort of like dopamine rush in your brain in a long, long time, and it is very hard to like quell and like push down the amount of just like good feeling you get from this. You kind of like steady yourself a bit and are able to shove it down a little.
Eileen is very giggly when you open the door, Audia.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Who?
No, that's a good roll. That's a 21 total.
21. You are able to push down the feelings and you don't feel like overwhelmed by it.
Gotcha. Audia, it's good to see you.
Oh, I mean, is she still swaying around, or is she still like?
Yeah, giggly and kind of swaying. You can tell she's drunk.
Oh, did you go out to drink?
I did.
Oh, all right. It seems like you feel a little better.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was well needed. I get a little grouchy, I guess, when we're on the road for so long.
There should be food in your room. I think we left it there after.
Is that why
you
it smells
didn't
like meat?
Yes.
Eileen just kind of turns around, leaves her door open, and starts looking for the meat.
Yeah, the leftovers of
Where's the
your big
meat?
plate of goat ribs are still there.
Thank you for saving it.
Yes, and here is some dessert that we got when we went out. And then yes, Adia will give her like some of the candies that she got.
They look amazing. Thank you, Audia.
Yes, and I don't know if you're. Well, perhaps it is presumptuous of me to assume that you're upset about everyone's secrets, but you know, people keep them for a reason. So
I know. I was a little emotional earlier, I think. I'll apologize in the morning to everyone. But if we're traveling together, I just want... we can't trust most people, I guess. And so having people around that you can trust, it's just very important to me. And Issar, of all people, holding anything back, I just didn't expect. It caught me off guard.
I understand. You're very close with him.
Yeah, and I want to be close with everybody like that, but I can't do that when we're lying about little dumb stuff like compasses and things. I feel like we should be beyond that if we're gonna stick together, and I don't know if we are, but I would like to.
I mean, I assume eventually, and as I said before, we all have our secrets, and I'm sure Alita had her own reasons, even if they were a little odd, but reasons all the same.
They told Luz, and they
Yes,
didn't tell anybody else.
Perhaps it's simply because she likes Luz better.
They did know each other first. That does make sense, but
Yes.
yeah, like I said, it was me being emotional. I'll apologize to everyone.
It is fine to be emotional, and you were right as well. But again, we are traveling with each other, so it'd be nice if,
Just a little bit.
perhaps,
of honesty.
yeah. And I understand about family keeping secrets from each other. You know about my missing mother and brother as well.
He told me.
Yes, and for some reason, my own grandfather doesn't want to talk about it. I don't know why, but he won't tell me. And it's probably due to my society secrets. Most likely, probably is. But yes, it does hurt when. So I'm saying I understand.
He kind of eyes you a little more narrowly. I will pry. But it sounds like you have something you're looking for as well when it comes to that.
Yes, I am looking for the truth of why my mother and my brother vanished.
And you think
And whether that. Oh, sorry.
and you think your grandfather may be involved?
I am not sure. There is not enough evidence to draw that conclusion. However, I do think he knows. No, well, I know he knows far more than, of course, I do, and far more he is willing to tell me. And it has been a point of contention between us. I love him very much, but. And Aria will kind of shrug helplessly, like she's used to it, and then she pats Eileen on the shoulders, just saying, just letting you know. I understand. That is all. That's all I simply wanted to say, and give you candy. The city is very beautiful.
It is
Yes.
so pretty out there. If I can help, if you want me to help, I absolutely will. When the time
Thank
comes.
you. Hopefully, it won't be anything too serious. But we'll see. That's the adventure of it.
We'll see. See how things go.
And yes, do eat the foods. I heard that being drunk on an empty stomach is very inadvisable. I am not sure myself, but
I feel like I could eat a horse right now. I'm absolutely famished.
then I will leave you to it. Good night.
Thank you. If you hear any sloshing sounds, it's just me going in on this meat.
Ew.
Going in on this meat.
Going in. That is
grabbing that meat by the horn.
that is an odd turn of phrase.
Have a good
All
night,
right.
Ollie.
Yeah, she turns around and leaves. Just like, oh, all right, well.
You hear a ravenous slurping.
As
Bone
you
snapping.
as you do eat, it is delicious.
Oh.
Like you haven't had food this good or like
Chipotle.
taste this good in so long that, like, in the past, in like other times you've eaten, you've still been kind of hungry and it hasn't tasted as great and the flavors were very dulled.
Mhm.
Right now it's like everything is amplified. You taste this food and every single ingredient and every single spice and the tiniest little bit of everything that is within flavor is just immediately apparent to you, and it is so insanely delicious.
Yeah, I devour all of it. I eat the candy, suck the marrow out of the bones. It's a good night. I go to sleep.
All right.
Oh.
When Luz and Adia get back to our room, Aaliyah's gonna be like, is gonna want to talk to them.
Oh.
Okay.
There's there's a bit more regarding the compass and the engine that I didn't wish to speak in front of the others.
Oh. More
Why?
secrets.
Secrets kept for a reason. The compass is specifically attuned to the magical signature of a machine my mother is studying. And it is to track down other similar machines that are made from the same source. Source that is believed to be divine in origin.
How so?
It's difficult to really explain, and even then I still don't fully understand it myself, but the the original machine that my mother is studying seems to have a sentience to it.
They're using a machine that is sentient to power a lift?
Well, those partially. The engine, I don't know if it is sentient. I have heard rumors of it being sentient, but I don't know if those are true, and I don't know what entirely its connection is to the original machine that my mother is studying. But this machine this machine is of the interest of certain groups that some wish to see its destruction, others or collect it for themselves.
And which side are you on?
Like I said, my mother wishes to understand these more.
That's your mother, though.
Yes.
What about you?
I am interested. I am very personally invested. The original machine, it produced an ichor that, when it comes into contact with biological material, it converts it into mechanical components.
I've never heard of something like that before.
Has Adia?
Probably not.
Oh yeah, that sounds really
Yeah, that sounds real.
stuff of legends, like stories.
Real obscure.
Did you touch the ichor?
What do you think?
Considering the amount of mechanical components you have across your body, I suppose you got into it very deeply then.
Yes. Too deep.
That's what she said. Sorry. Oh.
I wish to find a way to reverse it.
And finding the secrets, unraveling the secrets of this machine, do you think it will help you find a way to reverse it? Is that
Yes.
so? What?
And
Oh,
going
so-
back to what I said earlier about others that are searching for this, that's partially why I didn't want to really talk about this. There are the less people that know that I have this compass, the better.
I am. You did mention that many entities were trying to collect it or destroy it. Why would they try to destroy it? Besides its dangerous factor.
Where
And like you
does-
kind of say that, and like a little more kind of disgruntled look on her face, a little frustration. There are those who see it as affront to those that they worship.
as it
Is-
goes against life? Or something like that?
As far as I can tell, it's merely because their gods don't like it.
Where does it come from?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
So you
Does
are.
it-
Oh,
Could
sorry.
it have anything to do with the Titans?
I'm uncertain.
And you are concerned this Micah, once he finds out the true nature of this engine, would want to destroy it?
I suspect he has an ulterior motive, at the very least. If the cold wind, it was aware that I have something to attract, to track down the engine. Why wouldn't he also want to have it dealt with?
And why, once you do find the engine, if I suppose we find the engine, what will you do with it? Will you return it as we were directed to do, or
Yes, I would, of course, like spend as much time as I could studying it, trying to learn what I could.
there
But
was an engineer who built the lifts, who I suppose once we go back with it, you can have a discussion with him as promised. That I harassed the
that is
the
exactly
head
what I was
captain
thinking.
for.
That's what I was about to say, is that I wish to find the true source of this, because I can almost guarantee you that that engine was not made by mortal hands, or at the very least, it was not made by mortal hands alone.
Do you have any idea under whose direction it might have been made then? Or is that just still up in the realm of unknown?
Unknown.
So why? So we know that you wish to find the machine in order to return to your other self, I suppose. Why does your mother feel the same, or does she have her own agendas?
She has her own interests.
Do you know them?
Yes.
Do they align with yours?
No. As far as I'm concerned at this point, she can do what she wants.
Did your mother not care about what happened to you?
I didn't meet her till I was an adult.
And this happened to you when?
Not long after I met her.
Ah,
It was my own foolishness that led to my current condition.
Okay.
Issar, while you
Whoa.
are out at the blacksmith, it starts to get late, and the goblin master smith comes up to you and,
You better head out. Don't stay here. We're closing up shop, and you shouldn't be out at night. Make sure you're inside.
Why is that?
Don't be outside at night in Falakir.
Oh?
This is it not safe? Like what?
I don't understand what you don't get. Don't be outside at night in Falakir. You don't do it.
There's
I'm
no
trying
war
to
bossing
understand.
say.
But
Oh.
this is my first time in the Underdark.
Which is
Is
why
there a
I'm
reason
telling you,
why?
don't be outside at night in Falakir.
But what would happen if I was?
Don't be.
Fuck around and find out.
Oh no.
Okay. Thank you for the warning. I'll head out now then. Thank you for letting me use your forge for the day. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Issar will head out and kind of wander hither and to, not really wanting to go back to the inn quite yet.
you wander for a little while, and you can see everybody who was outside beginning to go inside. And all of like the people out on the streets and all of the shops and pop-up areas and everything all moving indoors. Just kind of understood. It seems like everyone just going inside. The light in the top of the cavern and in the pseudo sky begins to fade and get darker and lower. And you just see up in the apogee and even down below as you're walking like over like a bridge or something to see down into the hollows, everyone is going inside. Mostly everyone. You see very, very few stragglers at all.
Can Issar find like a park or something? Is there even a park in this place? I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can find just like a place where there's just like overgrowth and stuff.
Like a bench.
Sure.
Yeah. Issar just finds a bench and kind of waits and watches as the lights grow dim. He can no longer see. Eventually, when he can't see it all, he'll light a torch.
Okay. You light up a torch, and you just watch as everybody in the entire city, from what you can see, goes indoors.
No, he's fucking around.
He's about to find out.
Issar finds out. Issar waits and watches, and kind of just like rubs his fingers on the ingot that he made the leaf on, just kind of feeling it and looking around, seeing what's going on.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
He's already dead. He's fine.
And what are we gonna do? Kill him?
Again.
Oh well. You kill him. We don't know who he is anymore.
Sure, we literally don't lose or know anything.
Yeah. I just know he existed.
I'm gonna pull you into the other channel.
Oh, fuck.
no!
He's finding out.
No.
Why do you do this?
I respect it.
The rooms are still awake and see out the window. There's windows, right, to this place?
I don't know.
No.
We see the pitch black that's happening.
He said he walked to a park. Who the fuck knows? He's very quiet right now.
Oh, Eileen, what the
What's
fuck?
his face? What's his face look like? What's his face look like?
Doing this.
Eileen, what the fuck? Where'd you go? What the fuck?
You're like Eileen's a goddamn succubus.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, oh, spicy.
Oh, spicy.
I wasn't sure where that was going.
Yeah,
for
I
a
didn't
bit.
know
I
where
was
that was
like-
going either.
I was like, it can't, like, it couldn't have been sex because then Chris would have been like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah,
We were
exactly.
close
I
to
was
not-
like,
Yeah, we were close to not doing that. But
this is we're crossing some dangerous territory here.
It's getting funky.
It's getting funky. Yeah, there's a funk to this.
definitely.
Well, that's exciting. This is gonna
What
be.
the fuck is going on?
Goose has no idea. Who's she surrounded by?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
I think
Who
you know
are
pretty
you?
much everything.
I know nothing.
You know Audia. You know Alita more than anybody. Well, with Audia. You know Issar and I are the same, from the same place. You know most of everything about us.
I think you're really simplifying things.
I'm gonna shut up.
Our
If
party.
anybody knew everybody, you would be the one that knew the most.
I do think Luz probably does know the most
Yeah.
out of everyone at the moment.
Really?
I think
Wait, Luz was looking for Eileen's star, right? What was
I
up?
found Eileen's star.
Yeah, right.
It was
I mean-
between the Allhammer and the Ardent Fury, I think, like the water goddess.
Okay, so that's
Ardent
it's
Fury?
not like a normal star.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's Water Goddess. I don't remember what Chris said.
It was like the the Ardent Fury, god of vengeance and wrath.
Yeah.
No, wrong one. Wait, is
That's
it?
the right one. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh no! Like the fickle torrent is the sea and storms.
Yeah.
The Ardent Fury is the god of vengeance and wrath.
And I was
Uh-huh.
between the Ardent Fury and the All Hammer, All Guard. The All Guard.
Allguard.
I keep thinking of hammer because it's on Issar's hammer.
I always say that too, and he always corrects me. I don't know where I get hammer from. The All Hammer. I don't know what that
Issar.
is.
Issar's
Lore?
hammer.
I feel like that actually is the name of another D&D
Yeah.
god.
Right? Thank you.
From somewhere.
It comes from somewhere. I just don't know where.
I think that's the dwarvish god, actually, Mordenkainen. That's like his name in
Allhammer.
Wildmount in Exandria.
That makes sense.
Hello.
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 All right.
What'd you find out?
Let me unmute the recording.
Also
I
put it
don't
back
want-
up.
So
Yeah.
Issar's now inside the inn, talking to the orcish man. What was that out there?
Hold on, let me get my camera and stuff back on.
We're all in our
Camera.
rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like Elite is telling more secrets to Luz and Audia.
Tavern music.
Yep, we're just sitting there listening to secrets, and Issar's being accosted by something. I don't know.
He saw cryptid.
All right, stream's back up for music.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Issar's in like a cold sweat right now, trying to get
Yeah.
any information out of this orcish man.
Does not seem to understand what you're saying.
That feeling of dread out there. What was that?
Doesn't speak common.
I don't speak, don't understand.
Issar pats him on the shoulder, gives him a thumbs up, and goes up to his room.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in. You see Micah sitting there on the
Actually-
one of the beds. What's up?
Addendum.
Okay.
Issar is going to knock on Eileen's door.
Okay. Yeah. Eileen, you hear a knock at the door.
Hello.
Eileen,
Yeah.
Have you been out? I don't know what time you got back.
I've been back.
If you went out.
Eileen's covered in barbecue sauce.
Like that one friend that just can't eat food without getting 90% of it on
Barbecue
their
sauce
body.
on my titties.
You're right.
There's something out there, and I don't know what it is. It was.
Got it. Eileen turns from the door and sways back to the bed, grabs a pistol, and walks back to the door with you.
Moon's haunted.
I don't.
Let's do it.
Gabe's up.
You're holding Omnia in your main hand.
Oh no.
Abject dread. I have never felt this scared in my entire life. Lives.
You look down and realize you're holding your offhand pistol in your main hand.
Oh shit, that's not good. I sway back to the bed and grab the other one and switch them. But I switch them very clumsily.
Are you okay?
Ready to go. We're gonna kill fear itself. Alita!
You hear Eileen yell from the other room next door.
Alita's like still talking to them. Is like, don't tell the others. And she's gonna turn back.
We're gonna go kill fear itself.
Oh my god.
Get up!
We'll shoot it in the dick.
Get up! We're killing an emotion.
What?
Oh,
Alita opens the door. Is like, what the?
Eileen's drunk.
No, Star had a nightmare, and we're gonna go shoot at it.
I close the door.
No.
Liz goes, wait, what was that all
We're
about?
all alone. Let's do it.
She's drunk. Ignore her.
No, I don't. I do not think this is something we can shoot or hit.
Oh.
I do not know what it. Maybe it has something to do with the lights or the Titan. Maybe why there's no guards. I don't know, but I'm scared.
Eileen tosses her
We
pistols
should not go out there.
back into her room and closes the door.
Adia opens the door. What was this about being scared?
I was really hoping I rolled a 1 and the gun went off on that landing on the
Oh, that was
drops it on the floor.
All right, yeah,
Put it in the
Issar
ceiling.
just kind of scratches his head.
Do you want to go back out there? What?
Did you just close the door in Issar's face? That's what I thought.
No, I tossed the pistols in and closed the door behind me. Me and you were in the
Oh.
hall. I just threw the pistols back into the room on the floor somewhere.
I just
how you handle pistols.
Could you translate to the Orcish man?
Absolutely.
Somebody else warned me, but didn't give me a reason, and I don't know what that was.
Lead the way.
Issar goes downstairs and tries to find them.
It's the same
The
floor.
badger.
It's just further-
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I just
Down-
always
down like
imagine
a
a
hall.
second. I always
stairs.
imagine the second
Yeah.
floor.
No, same
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Always.
There's a bar, and then there's a stair on the right hand side that goes up and turns left, and all the rooms are there.
Flip
Right,
that
right.
same exact thing. Rail on the left-hand side.
Oh no, you guys have to fight to the death for who's
I'll
right.
fucking kill you.
right rail or left rail? Yeah.
It's
you,
left rail. Left rail.
You go and
On the right side, rails on.
You go and find the Orcish man, who's getting ready for bed, locking everything up, and is putting away things and just getting ready to go to bed. It looks like.
Could you ask him what that was outside after it got?
What was that outside after you got dark?
Oh no.
What was what outside?
What was what outside? I say to
That-
Issar in Undercommon.
What?
What was dark outside?
It is dark outside. Are you drunk?
Very. What did he doesn't understand the question.
The feeling of dread outside.
The
more
feeling
than
of dread outside, more than
more than any normal darkness could make
any
you feel.
normal darkness could make you feel.
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
You're making stuff up, he says.
Why did you board up the door?
Why did you board up the door?
Before going to bed, everyone gets inside and locks the doors in Falakir.
That's how they do it here.
I don't want to ask him why they lock doors, because that's just a basic thing people do.
It's fine to lock
That's
your doors.
normal.
Yeah. We do it in
Yeah.
Elrond too. Not that they could come in anyways, supposedly.
Ask him if he minds me going outside again for a little while.
My buddy here needs to have a smoke break outside. Can he go?
No, I will not open the door.
He said no. Why not?
We lock our doors and don't open them at night in Falakir.
Is
that's
that
just
a
a way
law?
of life. Is that a law?
Is
It's just a way of life, alright? It's just a tradition.
That's what we do. I don't
That's what they
understand.
do.
I don't understand this line of questioning.
I don't understand this line of answers. Don't
You
say that.
You guys don't understand each other.
We know that.
I say in half undercommon and half common.
You don't know what. Blah, blah, blah.
It's just like asking somebody if they like doing laundry. It doesn't make sense from either of you.
I don't know how to proceed with this. I guess have a good night. I don't know this.
Have a good night.
Good night.
And then
Returned back to what he was doing.
it's just how they do it here.
I'm sorry. I don't know about this.
Me neither. We can try and camp out tomorrow if you want.
No, I really don't want to. It's not. I mean, I understand why they don't go outside. I don't want to go back out.
Okay. Then we won't.
But I want to know.
Right. We can go out a window.
We are on the first floor.
We're on the first floor.
Do our rooms have windows? I didn't look yet.
They do not.
I made
I
one.
tried to sneak it in there. No, actually,
So
now
there's
you
no
say
windows.
there are no windows.
Maybe Nost or the dragon. No,
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting any answers from regular folk.
No, definitely not. Anything else?
Do you want to talk about it while you're drunk?
About the thing outside?
No, about me lying to you.
I've had a good night, and I've been thinking about it, and I see where you're coming from, and I'm not mad at you. You didn't lie to me about anything, you just didn't tell me some stuff, and I've come to the own conclusion that you said you would do whatever it takes to get power to save our homeland, and you did whatever it took to save our homeland with your power. Not yet, but you will. And if it takes 1 billion souls to burn, I will help you burn them, because they are not me and they are not you. Well, they're kind of you. They're not our homeland, but they could be, but it's a sacrifice that we need to make, and I'm willing to make with you. So you did nothing wrong, except for not tell me. Which you need to. I poke you in the chest. If you burn
Issar
lights,
just
I want to know about it.
I used it to smash a hammer today on the metal.
How many children did that kill?
I don't know.
Was it a sacrifice worth making?
I don't.
That's all I need.
Oh my god.
This
Good talk.
You burned
I
soul.
need to explain to you why I love.
Not right now, you don't.
Okay.
I'll see you in the morning. Don't keep Micah up too late tonight. I know how you get.
What?
Well,
What do you mean?
you just seem like... I don't know. He's kind of attractive. He's big.
What? I don't.
Just saying. Not every day you get
Issar
to
is
sleep with an angel.
confounded.
You don't
Issar
get
is absolutely confounded.
you
He does
don't
not
get to sleep with an
understand.
angel. I'm just saying.
What? What?
Good night.
The
I don't-
arms
Alright, go back to your room. Issar, you are left alone, standing out in the hall.
Issar goes to his room after just kind of standing there, confused.
Don't fuck
For-
Micah!
as it starts passing by, like the girls.
I didn't know that was
rooms,
an
right?
option. No.
Yeah.
But you'll think
As
about
he's
it.
as he's passing by the room, I
Now
will
I
just
am.
open the door, right?
Hold on,
Sorry,
you do be kind of good looking. though.
It's very
You
funny.
do be kind of
Hmm.
bricked up.
Uh,
What is Adia doing?
when Issar passes by, Adi will just open a door, hold out like a baggie of candy at you, and start waving it at you for you to take.
Issar like kind of narrows his eyes and then walks over. What is this?
It's candy. We got them today after walking around.
Oh, nice. Is this? Are you just showing it to me? I don't.
No, take it.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. She puts in your hand and then closes the door.
Okay. Yeah. Issar opens his door.
You see Micah laying down and kind of just lounging, laying on the bed. He's taking his armor off and just lying there and just kind of staring up at the ceiling and throwing a ball up into the air repeatedly over and over. Just throwing it up and catching it. Oh, hey, Issar.
Micah.
How you doing there, buddy?
Not your buddy.
The personification of fear is outside, and it made me run back after it got dark.
That's fun.
I lied to my friends about burning my soul because I didn't want to tell them that they failed in their job of protecting it.
That's rough, buddy.
I can't stop thinking about fucking you.
I don't want to, but Eileen just put the idea in my head. I can't get it out.
You doing all right?
No. I didn't want to do this after I found out what it was. This coming back. Burning souls,
Yeah.
having mine.
That's understandable.
Didn't really seem like there was an option though at that point.
Well, from the way I understand it, your choice was to either accept or die. Is that right?
Yes. And be very rude to your deity. Unfortunately, I didn't think that's how it was going to go. I thought maybe there could be something mutual. There can't, so the three people make sense.
Well, know, it's not easy making a choice like that. So I understand why you did. It's hard to leave behind people you care about. I assume that's why you came back.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're a bad person. Regardless
Insight
of
check.
Make an insight check.
Look, my insight. 14.
He seems to be being genuine. Regardless of what my deity thinks of you and what you've done, I understand in the grand scheme of things, it's bad. I understand from a God's perspective, one life and one lifetime is not a lot, and that the grand design is much more important for the future and humanity. That's what he sees. He sees the grand design of life and death, creation and destruction, and you opposing it. But I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're someone that wanted to protect the people and the things he cares about, and was willing to oppose that design in order to do it. Would I have done it? With your motivation, maybe. I don't have that much of a desperate need to do whatever you're trying to do. But I don't think you were wrong. Maybe he'll be upset with me saying that. But I do not think you were wrong. I think you worked with what information you had and the powers you could find in order to make a difference. You know, hurricanes, volcano eruptions, natural disasters, tsunamis, they are all part of nature's design and life's design. They're what the gods intended and how nature created and wrote for it to happen. But people are harmed by those things. People are killed. Lives are upheaved. The world is put into ruin. That's nature's design. And if opposing that is always evil, I don't believe it.
You know, I tried to talk to him before, long before. I tried to talk to the Alt Guard too. Always sat in church, prayed, asking why these things were happening. Never got any answer. People I knew had, they communed, they got answers. They wielded power that seemed incredible. I never had any of that. Just a man and this.
The gods are a fickle bunch. They want exactly what they want, with very little room for deviation. If you don't fit that design, then they probably won't support you. So I understand.
Let's go kill a celestial tomorrow.
I thought you guys had to talk with somebody. Maybe later.
I don't know. I thought tomorrow morning we were doing the celestial thing. What do you think's outside, by the way? What do you think about that? It just overwhelming fear.
Do not know.
Do you want to come outside? We could probably break the door down.
No, not really. That doesn't sound fun. Abject fear definitely does not sound fun. But I'm interested. Maybe that guy that you're talking about, the fancy important person here, maybe he'll know something.
Or the senile old dragon.
Or that, yeah.
Maybe the celestial. What? Maybe we could talk it out. No?
Sure, maybe.
Probably not.
We'll see how it goes. We'll workshop it.
Thanks, Micah.
Sure. And I apologize if I busted your chops a little bit too much about it.
it was my own fault for putting myself in that situation. I could have just told the truth, and I didn't because I was afraid of the answer I would get.
That's how it goes a lot of the time, huh?
Yep. And Issar is going to spend the next 10 minutes doffing his armor in complete silence and then getting into his own separate bed and quickly falling asleep.
Good
All right.
clarification.
I like how you had to emphasize.
Yeah, because
the-
Cody would have been like, "Whoa!"
You're not gonna change my head canon.
And we fade to black. No sucking happened in this room.
Gotta suck the soul out of you.
God damn.
Did the third room with the 3 people have anything you wanted to do before bed?
Yeah.
Or I mean, I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to do before bed.
I mean, does Lita have anything else to say?
Yeah, she's gonna be like, anyway. after being interrupted, she is going to go. The reason I wish to keep this from the others is, as I said, those of divine persuasion tend to react poorly, or at least their gods react poorly. I don't trust that this Micah doesn't have an additional motive or objective. Or at the very least, he may not even know to what extent his objective is until he witnesses the engine.
I suppose only time will tell. And in the meantime, as you said, not to tell anyone anything.
Luz, what about you?
That's all a lot of information. I'm just taking a moment to process. But I won't tell anyone. You don't have to worry about that.
I know secrets are kind of a touchy subject, apparently.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you explain to them your reasoning, but I suppose that doesn't change what their gods might.
I doubt my reasoning is going to have them give them a change of faith. Look, I'm willing to tolerate a bunch of zealots for a while, but I can't let them get too close to this.
Do you think they're zealots?
They don't. For zealots, they seem very
It's our
sensible, if stubborn.
Eileen is literally a paladin.
I believe
Who-
paladins' associations with their gods is much less direct than cleric. But that I could be completely wrong.
And I mean, Eileen hasn't said much of her opinion on religious matters at all. If she even perhaps has any.
She still gets her powers from the divine.
Well, it's still a lot of speculation from, I think, all of us, including you, Alita, about what the engine could be. And until we see it and find out exactly what it does, or what it could be, or what it holds, people are strange. We will not know what the actions of every person here until we see it. Perhaps even it will change your mind.
We'll see. I don't mind sharing some of this information, but none of it with Micah, for certain. But I may be willing to enlighten Eileen and Issar as to some of the details, but
I think that would probably be for the best.
I mean, if they act on what they don't know, then it's also could be a danger to them as well, and to
Then
you.
we end up like with the golem again.
exactly.
Well, it is your secrets. I am glad to hear them from you, that you trust us enough to say such things, or perhaps you were forced to, but either way, thank you.
You've been less intrusive than I originally expected out of you.
Well, that is the matter of my life, I suppose, to know when to back away.
Thank you again, Luz.
You're welcome. I'm just glad to be helpful. I may not be able to do much, but if I can help someone, I'm happy.
Adia gives you more candy for saying that.
Thank you for sharing. This is really tasty.
Yes, the cuisine around here is very interesting, but it tastes very good. I like it. This is a nice place. Besides, I'm not sure what Issar was yelling about a few minutes ago, however.
Sounded like you had a nightmare.
Oh. He just kind of like frowns a little, like, what the?
Yeah. Luz has a very similar reaction. Huh.
Maybe one of the souls he's burned has come back to haunt him.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Thank you, Luz.
You're not even.
Those souls are obliterated.
That's exactly what I was
They
thinking.
can't haunt me.
They
They're
can't
gone.
haunt you. They're gone.
The soul's relatives have come back to haunt him.
Shit, I burned those too.
Fuck them all.
Uh,
All right. So, Eileen, did you have anything you want to do before bed?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You all go to sleep.
Yeah.
My
And-
ear. I'll put my ear to the wall between Issar and Micah.
It's quiet.
Okay, I go to sleep.
Post-coital cuddling.
oh,
Cute.
you missed it.
Too quiet.
Right.
Aaliyah just sets up a chair, just watching the door.
All right. You all go to bed, and you awaken on the 22nd of Hidor as you all get a long rest. And that is where we'll pick up next time.
Why did you try to
That is where we'll pick up next time.
Yep.
We got to go to that arena at some point.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Oh my
100%.
god.
We got some issues to work through with incredible violence.
I mean, you guys
We
do.
need
I
some
don't
Yeah,
know.
you guys
Personally.
do. Luz
I'm
needs
good.
like a self-care day.
What do you mean? I'm good. I got nothing.
We're
to
sure
work
kill
with.
are.
We're gonna kill the Celestial.
Yeah,
so.
you're great.
Yeah, I feel
Good time to power up.
I don't think I powered up at all.
Fucking Cody took I could give you the suck and made a character.
Oh, wait. Was this why you were so insistent about going to the city instead of like just going straight after the engine? You wanted to go in and get some snacks.
I have dropped so many fucking hints since literally session 0, and every time I do it, I look at Chris, and Chris goes, every time, like at least once or twice a session. It's like, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun keeping that.
I mean, it does come together, all the clues, so it's interesting.
I'm like, fucking what clues?
Climbing in session 0 on the wall, the flat wall that had fucking nothing, I was able to climb it as a paladin. Peyton actually asked straight up immediately, he's like, "Oh, is that because of your subclass?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then somebody looked it up or something. And I was like, "You don't get climbing." And I was like, "Anyway, so I'm on top of the roof and nobody brought it up again."
You're talking in session 0.
Session 0, when I climbed up the wall of the warehouse,
Oh, I didn't get to watch that one, so.
feasting at the Chipotle.
I thought like back then you had like a custom subclass or something.
I just assumed it was because he had a high dex.
I honestly, the only thing I noticed that was weird is I was like, wow, she like eats a lot, and now she's like not wanting to eat anything.
Yeah, eat it all.
I thought that was just
That
like
was
a
all I
joke.
noticed, and to be honest, I
Yeah.
chalked that up to like Cody just kind of not quite having a handle on his character yet.
Yeah, me too.
Like that's what I chalked that up to. I was like, Cody's just like
Puppet
still
master.
figuring it out.
Chris messages
He's
me after
making us
that
all
session.
dance.
Chris messages me after that session, goes, "I just fucking realized that the reason Eileen is hungry all the time is not because of the anime trope. It's because she's fucking starving."
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I didn't realize that right away.
There's a lot of stuff. It's fun.
Damn.
Wow.
Sometimes.
I'm excited for the Vampire
stuff.
Manifesto.
Now it's all out there in the open and we all know about
Not
it.
a full vampire.
Sure.
Huh?
Not a full vampire.
Damn fear?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
hey, lineage siblings.
Lineage gang.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Returned is one of
Reborn.
the lineage. Reborn.
Seriously, Luz is like the one who like has no secrets.
You can
It's
read our
the-
backstory again at some point.
I'll go back to it. I must have missed something in there.
Yeah, Luz and Adi are like the precious children in the crew.
You even have like my brother and mom went missing. I'm just like here.
I mean,
You
That's what I was
just
saying,
can't
too.
have
At
that
this
teleportation.
point,
Bomb. which means
Morwenna
Luz
is
probably has
Eileen's
one.
mom.
what?
That's possible.
Luz has what?
I said that's what I was saying the whole time too. Is like I'm just the normal person in the group, and then I wasn't, and so I think Luz has the same thing.
Oh no! Luz is just
No, Luz is just normal. Fuck.
Luz's big
Chris's
twist
face
is
is
that there
otherwise.
is no twist.
No, Luz is very normal.
Sure, she is.
Yeah, sure she is. I said the same thing.
All right,
Vampire.
No, normal.
Werewolf.
Normal.
Werewolf.
The first time we see Luz transform, it's gonna be into a werewolf.
Normal.
Yeah. Why haven't you transformed?
Why haven't you
Hmm?
shape changed, huh?
Why? What's up with that?
Oh, what is that? That is weird, actually.
Not actually a druid.
A werewolf that pretends to be a druid, but it's just a different
It's actually
spellcaster.
hilarious.
You just warp into
Like-
your wolf form,
Like
and
a
like that's
sorcerer,
your
Look.
shape
sorcerer
change.
It
werewolf.
turns out like Luz is actually it's like a Twilight cleric or something.
Guys, I
Yeah.
just wanted to make a fun character this time.
Hmm.
All right,
No.
well, GG's, everyone.
Yeah.
Great game.
Jeez.
GG.
I have a
Nice game.
rage.
Oh, Eileen. Hmm.